Zinger 21C from HW Green Speed. And this is a brand new hypercar that is to the Hot Wheels lineup. It's also an electric hypercar in real life. Really cool looking metallic color on this one. You can see that nice lip on the front, gray wheels on the side. And interesting is that it has the center seating position, but they're back to back. So you can fit two people in here, but it's like a airplane fighter cockpit style. So really, really cool how they've done that. Look at that big diffuser and big wing on here. And there is the bottom of the car, the Zinger. Ford GT40 from Factory Fresh. And I absolutely love the GT40, and what a cool color combination they've come out with this white. We've got the Ford written on the side of it, some graphics, the number 8, and this looks to be like one of the Le Mans cars. It's kind of like a matte finish white paint job on here, so it's not a glossy finish, but I think it looks really, really good. And then it's got a little bit of a satin glossy finish to the front with that black right there. The number 8 kind of reminds me of like an 8-ball. You can see that from the front. It looks like an 8-ball right there, but Ford GT40 looking great. Ford Escort RS 2000 from Factory Fresh. Check out this green color, just a great looking glossy green color to this one. Very clean looking casting, no paint or stripe or anything like that on there. Just a very fresh looking of the Ford Escort RS 2000. 1970 Plymouth Barracuda from HW Roadsters. Now, I do feel it's kind of odd that they call this a Roadster. I mean, this is very much a classic convertible. You can see that nice cowl hood right there, which is what kind of the 426 Hemis and the 440s had for these Barracudas. Very cool. These mesh wheels, I don't know about these mesh wheels. I don't know if they really suit the car very well. It looks a little bit too customized out with these wheels. We've got this weird like bottom thing right here. I don't know what that's supposed to be or what it's supposed to imitate. The front end though, you can see it's got that nice the single headlights. For the 70, the 71 had the 2 headlights on each side, but pretty cool car overall. 2015 Dodge Charger SRT from HW First Response. And you can see this one is an airline patrol car. It says HW Airlines written on the side of it. We've got gray wheels. You can see the light bar on the top. We've got these tinted yellow wheels on here as well. No stamping or anything for that front grille. They've left it for all the painting on the top as well as the side, but overall pretty cool looking one. There's the bottom of the car for you as well. 2020 Ram 1500 Rebel from Factory Fresh. And I've been a big fan of this casting since its first release, and I really like this red recolor. You can see it says Rebel on the side of it, the gray wheels on there. It looks like it's lifted up as well. Look at that Ram detail on the front end, and very clean overall though. That striping blends in very nicely. The back end, it has Ram on there, painted taillights as well. There's the bottom of the car, but overall a great looking car. Monster High Gowlmobile from HW Screen Time. And this one just in time for Halloween to be like a very Halloween themed vehicle. You can see the spiderwebs on there, spiderwebs on the front. I'm not familiar with what Monster High is. I guess it's some sort of TV show or cartoon or anything, nothing that I watch, but nonetheless, this car is quite the interesting casting to come to the Hot Wheels lineup. These wheels look really good on it. They suit them very nicely. There's your bottom of the car. What do you guys think of this one though? Tesla Model Y from HW Green Speed. And you guys know how much I love Teslas. I have one in real life. I have a Model 3. This is the Model Y though, but I do have mine in blue with black wheels, which is exactly what this Model Y is. So I absolutely love the color combination of this one. Looks fantastic. These glossy wheels on there, very glossy paint job on there. Great detail for the rear end. And I love how this is a customized one where it's got that slot in the spoiler and then a little bit of the ground effects on it as well. Just overall, a great looking casting. There is your bottom of the Tesla Model Y. What do you guys think of this new recolor? 47 Chevy Fleetline from HW First Response Treasure Hunt. And if we look on the card itself, you can see the Treasure Hunt logo right there. So we know that it's for sure a treasure hunt. And then the car itself, we should be able to find a Treasure Hunt logo on here somewhere. I don't see it particularly on the side. Oh, maybe we have it. Maybe we have it mixed into the sheriff right there. You can see that logo right there, right in the center. That's an interesting area to put it. So very cool how they've done that. Police written on there, 68 for the year of Hot Wheels. And then on this side as well, we can see the Treasure Hunt logo is mixed into the side of it as well. So very interesting placement. I like these wheel tire combination. This wheel is actually quite stiff. for some reason. So possibly an error on the axle on here. But nonetheless, this is a really, really cool looking treasure hunt. Volvo XC40 Recharge from HW Greenspeed. And check this lifted Volvo, all off-roaded out. XC40 written on the side of it. You can see it's got some like snowboards on the top of it, ready to go snowboarding. Push bar on the front end right there. Big wide wheel tire combination. We got these little steps right here. Mud flaps on there. Just a pretty cool design to put this into an off-roader. Just being a regular EV, it's not really my thing, but because it's in this off-road style, it actually looks pretty good in this new recolor. Shark Bite from a new series, HW Mega Bite. And the Shark Bite casting has been around for quite a long time, but we've gotten lots of different recolors. Check out this recolor. It's kind of like a metallic gold color. And then you can see how we've got the moving Shark Bite right there, the tooth that moves right there. And when he wheels, I believe that this kind of goes up and down as he moves. Yeah, you can see if I put it on my hand right there, you can see how it moves a little bit. So that's kind of interesting how they've done that casting. There's all the graphics and stuff that there's on the top right there. But overall, what do you guys think of this new series and the Shark Bite recolor? Custom Auto from HW Dream Garage. Very, very cool looking orange color, although it is kind of a two-tone-ish. If we look, it's more orange on the top. It's more like a lighter tangerine-ish, almost yellowish on the bottom right there. Hot Wheels logo, we got the striping down there. We got the black on the top right there. Some nice striping, actually looks really, really cool. I like the design of that one. The front end's definitely unique and different from the rear end. You can see that chrome bumper right there. And then we have the bottom right there, nicely chromed out. And we can see even a little fuel cap right there, I believe that would be. I'm not too sure exactly, but some sort of marking on the back right there. Fiat 500e from Compact Kings. This is a cool recolor of this one. I really like this one. It's kind of like a tealish gray color right there. We got the 5 on the side, the Hot Wheels logo, some little bit of color on the side there as well. Blacked out wheels with the colored lip on there. We can see just the painted front lights for this one. Overall, it's a pretty cool looking recolor. There's your bottom base of it as well. What do you guys think of this Fiat 500e? Max Steel from HW Roadsters. And we've gotten some interesting roadsters. This one with the number 29 on their Max Steel. And this one, I guess this would be considered like a 1930s roadster car right here. I was never a huge fan of this style of vehicle. I feel like they all looked so similar, but I guess that's what everyone says about a lot of the newer cars as well. So, hey, can't complain. It's a motor vehicle. I absolutely like them. So there you go. Brick and Motor from Xpera Motors. And check this one out. Obviously, this one being part of our Mega Block series. So these pieces on the top will come right off, and it will fit with Lego as well. This piece right here will also come off, which is super, super cool. Big wide tire wheel combination on the rear, smaller ones on the front. Look at the skinnies on the front end right there. We can put some pieces in the front here if we want as well. The number 8 on the side. Got a nice colored base on this one. What do you guys think of this new car? Punk Rod from Rod Squad. And this is an interesting new fantasy car right here. Different wheel tire combination on the front and rear. Matte finish paint job on here and the tinted windows on here as well. And then look at the back. That engine, it's like a neon colored engine and exhaust that we have coming out there. It's kind of like half car, half like Indy vehicle or F1 car. We can see a big scoop on the rear end. Diffuser right there on the back end. Just an interesting looking car. I'm not really sure what to say about this one because this is just definitely something unique for the fantasy car. Honda Super Cub from HW Moto. And this one is in a nice yellow color right here. We've got the lighter color for the regular style, different color seat on there. Looks like my seat has a little bit of an error right there. You can see the little paint mismatch right there for that seat. But nonetheless, I'm not really a huge fan of these motorbike style vehicles that they bring to the Hot Wheels lineup, but I do appreciate that a lot of people do like them, so they do have a place here. Surfs Up from HW Extreme Sports. Check this one out. Looks like Surfs Up's in dirty water. We used to see the light blue water. This looks to be like murky water that he's skiing or sorry, he's surfing in. We can see he comes off right there, and you can kind of have it like that, or you can just put him right back on. He's got the little holes on the bottom. We can just stick him right down so he stays on just like that. The white wheels on here. There's the white base on this one as well. What do you guys think of the Surfs Up though? USS Enterprise NCC 1701 from HW Screen Time. And this one right here, it comes with a little stand. So if you want to display this, you can put it just on this stand right here. Well, actually, you just put it right back on there so it stays on the stand. And you can see the Star Trek vehicle that just sits just like that. I'm not a fan of these style of vehicles in the Hot Wheels lineup. I don't think they actually belong. Like the motorbikes, I can see why, but the Star Trek Enterprise vehicles, I don't know who really cares about collecting them that's a Hot Wheels fan. There's lots of other toys that they have for them, but what do you guys think? Third F-150 Lightning Custom from HW Greenspeed. And this is a recolor of a new casting that we saw in 2023. It was a late new casting. This one is not too bad. It's like a customized Ford Lightning electric vehicle, but this one has like all that body kit and all that good stuff on there. I'm not really a huge fan of it. I probably would have liked to see more cleaner like stock variation, but I mean, that front lip does look pretty cool, but it's all plasticky in there. And this particular color is not my favorite. It's kind of like that darker burgundy-ish type of red, which I don't really like. But hey, nonetheless, the Ford Lightning Custom, there it is. Corvette C6 from HW Roadsters. And this is a really cool casting. I really like it. And we can see on the back, no stamping for those tempo lights. They've left all of that for that side kind of stripe thing. That's pretty cool, neat looking. And then also on the front end, you can see it's kind of got like that Grand Sport style striping mixed in with the hood stripe on there. So that's a little bit different, unique. And then inside, they got the black interior, blacked out wheels. And then on the bottom, that is what it looks like. Overall, not a bad casting. I like the color of it. Proton Saga from Compact Kings. And this is a brand new for 2024 casting, the Proton Saga. So this car, very popular in Malaysia, not so much in North America. We don't really have it in North America at all. So to us, it looks like just a basic normal car, nothing exciting. But to the people in Malaysia, this is definitely something special. It kind of goes back to their heritage of them producing cars. So much respect to that. And I'm glad Hot Wheels made it for them. That's very, very cool. But in North America, probably not going to be as popular as it would be overseas. 87 Dodge D100 from HW Reverse Rake. And we've seen this casting several times before, but now we've got a new recolor of it. This is kind of a cool color. I do like this color on there. We got some striping on the front, the 100 Dodge 100 right there, which is pretty neat. The push bar on the front end, and look at the color of these wheels. That is really, really cool. Of course, we got the raised front end on the D100, spare wheel tire combination in the back, kind of like skinny wheel tires that are on here, which is a little bit weird, but hey, nonetheless, this is overall a great looking casting. Happy to see the new recolor of it. Nissan Skyline RS KDR 30 from HWJ Imports. And what a cool looking color on this one. Look at that purple, looks so good. It's kind of purplish pink color. Looks really, really neat. The gold wheels on there as well. The number 6 on the side, some nice black writing on the side of it, like these stripings and stuff like that. And then also look at the back, look at those painted lights all stamped, the nice RS on the back as well, the exhaust right down there, nice on the bottom. But overall, this is a really, really cool looking car, cool casting. We've seen this one in several different colors, but I think this one has got to be the best color release of this casting. Audi RS e-tron GT from HW Greenspeed. And check out the white on white for this casting. Nice glossy white body with the white wheels to match it. And then we got blacked out tinted windows. The rear one's not so much tinted as the side ones are in the front, but overall, look at that front end right there, the e-tron GT front end. So they don't have to have like a full grille on there, but they still made it look really cool. Really like these lights on there, and on the back end, you can see it's all painted and stamped. So they've done a fantastic job at this one on the bottom. You can see it's pretty normal down there, but overall, I really like the white on white of this casting. What do you guys think of it? El Segundo Coupe from HW Turbo. And this one is a new recolor of this fantasy casting. We can see it's got the number 68 for the year of Hot Wheels, the year it was introduced. The striping on the front. This one kind of looks like a Cobra Coupe of some sort. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I really do like this one for a fantasy casting. I really, really like it. Dual exhaust on there with the kind of clear back end, the lip spoiler on there. Overall, it's a pretty cool looking car. Nice new recolor of it. Mazda AutoZam from HW Dream Garage, Legends Tour winning car. Let's open it. Now, I've been waiting to open this one up. This is so cool. Kind of really reminds me of a jacked up Mighty K, like a raised up Mighty K with that big wheel tire. Like, just look at the size of this wheel tire combination, and it rolls really, really nicely as well. Very, very cool. Just love how raised up this is. We've got some storage on the top, a little bit of things in the back right there. Just the suspension and the raised upness of this car. Let's actually grab the El Segundo Coupe that we just opened up right here, and we can put them side by side, and you can just see how much bigger this Mazda AutoZam is and like how much taller it is. That is just absolutely crazy, but such a cool car. Very happy to see this one in the Hot Wheels lineup, and I know a lot of collectors are going to be wanting to get their hands on this real quick. Volkswagen T2 pickup from HW Hot Trucks. And we've seen this casting several times before, and this time we've got a matte finish paint job on here. It's got some sort of like German writing on the side of it. If you know what that means, you can let me know in the comments. I have no idea what that says. We can see that big engine on the back. It's kind of a titanium chrome color for the bed and for that engine. That's really cool. I like the touch of that. We have that white trim all on the bottom, the white base on it, of course, as well. And it's totally lowered out. Just really, really cool looking. Very, very customized pickup, the T2 pickup, but very nice. What do you guys think of this one? Drift and Brake from HW Modified. And this looks to be some sort of customized drift wagon of some sort from Hot Wheels. We can see it's like, obviously it's a fantasy casting. You can see all the different slots on the top of it, these big massive wheels on the back of there, smaller ones on the front. We can see the exposed engine on the front end as well, which is pretty neat. Nicely in chrome interior on this one as well, but it's not too bad. It kind of reminds me of like a totally customized out Volvo drift wagon, and it's kind of like the two-door fantasy version of that. HW Braille Racer Twin Mill from HW Celebration Racers. And this one is in a matte finish paint job on there. Of course, it's got the braille on the back, of the braille on the side, and the braille on this side, as well as underneath. It's got the braille on there. It's supposed to say something. I can't remember exactly what it's supposed to say, or what anyone who is blind that can touch this and feel and then read the braille and see what it says. But it's definitely really, really cool that they've done something like this. It's very cool to the community out there that wants some toys that they can kind of play with and have some sort of connection to. So much respect to Mattel and Hot Wheels for coming out with a car like this, and this is the new color variation of it. 72 Stingray convertible from Factory Fresh. And even though the card doesn't specify this being a Corvette, obviously it is a Corvette. I don't know why they left the word Corvette out on there, but it is a 73 Stingray Corvette. You can even see the Corvette logos on the back. Great stamping on the rear of this one. The chrome interior on there. Just a very nice gloss white on this one. I love the paint on this one. Looks really nice. Then we have the pop-up headlights as well on there, and a really cool thing that this can do. If you see this little piece right here, if you shine a flashlight right through it, put the flashlight right down there, it'll actually show right through to the front of the headlights, so you can have the headlights kind of on. So that's really cool that they've done something like that for a little Hot Wheels car. But I really enjoyed this casting. This is new last year, and now this is probably our second or third recolor of it. Ram 1500 Rebel from Factory Fresh. It's a brand new white recolor of the Ram Rebel. We can see this one right here. I think we got it in a blue and a red, if I'm not mistaken, before. This white one looks really good. You can see all the lines of it very, very nicely. You can see the Rebel writing on the side of it. Look at from the front, very aggressive looking. The black interior, the big sunroof on there, the nice bed on there with the black and the white on the back right there. Then on the bottom, we can see it's kind of looks like it's raised up, but I think it's just like the normal size of the Ram Rebel truck. But overall, I really like this casting and enjoying it in this new white recolor. 1956 Corvette from HW Screen Time. And yes, this is another release of a Barbie Corvette. This time we've got the flame job on this one. I can't remember in the movie. I did watch the movie, but I don't remember if we saw a 56 Corvette that had these flames on there. I'm assuming that there was at some point, and that's why they came out with this one. This is a matte paint job on here though. Very interesting color for a matte paint job on a Corvette. But what do you guys think of this one? I actually kind of think it looks cool. I really, really do like it. I love this era of Corvettes, and it's really cool to see it coming into the lineup. But something else to note that I just noticed, if we look at this, it's a four-seater. It's a four-seater, or it's got like the two seats maybe for the two Barbie things, but Corvettes were never a four-seater, so that is definitely interesting to have that back row of seating on this Corvette. Honda Civic Si from HWJ Imports. And this one's for all the Civic fanboys that want that golden Civic. Yes, this is a nice gold flaked paint job on this one. Blacked out wheels with the gold lip on there. And we have the imitation carbon fiber hood on the front end. Good detail on there for the stamping of the lights. The intakes right there actually look really good. The nice sunroof on the back. I don't know if we've got like speakers or something in the back right there. Maybe subwoofers and amps back there, which all these Civics were known for. We got the big spoiler on the back. Painted license plate, a little bit of painted stamping right there for the lights as well. The exhaust on here on these Civics, I like to call it the fart can exhaust because that's kind of what it sounded like. All these Civics had that on there, but there's your base for this one. But what do you guys think of the golden Honda Civic Si? 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor from HW Hot Trucks. And this one is so cool looking. I really like the HKS graphics that they put on all of these. We've seen lots of different Hot Wheels release with the HKS graphics and color variation, but if I ever got my car wrapped in real life, I would love to put a wrap on with these graphics. I think it looks so cool. Then we got the blacked out wheels with the colored lip on there. It's kind of interesting to see an HKS Ford, because usually HKS is for like a lot of the imports and stuff. We see a lot more imports with the HKS logoing and stamping on there, like the GTRs and all that. But I think on a Ford Ranger Raptor, I think that looks really good. What do you guys think of this one? 2018 Camaro SS from HW Dream Garage. And this is the main line of what would be a super treasure hunt from the B case for 2024, but the main line looks pretty good itself. Nice gloss black, got the nice striping down there. It's kind of like an orangish tint stripe. It's not really like red. I thought it was red initially, but it's more of an orange. And then we do have the nice big wheels on the back of it right there, the little ones on the front. No stamping or anything on that front end, but it's a nice aggressive looking front end. The rear as well, it's kind of plain. There's your bottom base for it. But overall, as a super treasure hunt, I mean, I feel like we've seen just too many Camaro super treasure hunts. We need to get some more interesting super treasure hunts. So we need to campaign for 2024 for Mattel and Hot Wheels to make some better super treasure hunts. Porsche 911 Carrera RS 2.7 from Factory Fresh. And this is a fresh new recolor, and you guys know I love my yellow colors, and this one being a Porsche, I think it is fantastic. Carrera written on the side of it. Nice blacked out wheels with the chrome lip. A little bit of a lip spoiler on the back end right there. And I don't know what, like, this writing looks a little bit messy. I know it says like Porsche, but it looks pretty messy back there. I don't know if it's a stamping error of some sort on mine, but on the side of it, we can see the Carrera on that one as well. The front end, the classic lights of the Porsches, and we even got the Porsche logo just right up there on the front end. Overall, a great looking recolor for this one. What do you guys think of this Porsche Carrera? Nissan Patrol Custom from HW First Response. I love the recolor of this one. I feel like the original ones were just a little bit boring of colors, but look at this with the snow mixed into this one. We can see it's a mountain rescue. Obviously, it's a snow mountain. We've got the whited out wheels, tire combination on there, the exposed engine, and of course, just all that rift of snow that have just been pushed back onto the car, so it's supposed to look dirty and snowy. Could have maybe seen a little bit more snow on the side of it, just a little bit on those wheel wells there, but overall, I think this looks so cool in this new recolor. It's a great addition to the HW First Response series. 2015 Dodge Charger SRT from HW First Response. And this one is an airline response emergency vehicle. You can see it's got HW Airlines written on the side of it. Not a big fan of these wheel tire combination, very boring looking to me. We do have the light bar on the top, the kind of yellow tinted windows on there, the number 2 HWA for Hot Wheels Airlines on there, which is pretty cool. No stamping on the front. They've left it all for that side as well as the top. They got a little bit of a black spot right there. Nothing on the back as well. Overall, kind of an average car, nothing too exciting. 76 Greenwood Corvette from HW Modified. Loving the new color on this one, looking fantastic. Got the Hot Wheels and the Chevy logo on the back. The Greenwood Corvette, if you're not familiar with, it's a casting that's been around for quite some time, but it's a fantastic looking casting. The one thing I really like about this casting is that rear end. Look at the wide body on that. We can see like it's got like intakes on there that come right through. That is so cool. The wide body, you can see that's your standard C3 Corvette size, and then we got the extension of that wide body. And even when you look at it from over top right there, you can just see how wide this car is. It's a very cool looking casting. Limited Grip from Rod Squad. And Limited Grip is a truck racing kind of, it's a fantasy casting. It's just totally customized out. I actually really like it. I don't think it's like fully fantasy because I feel like it's made after some cars in real life. Like it's supposed to be trucks like this that have all this customization, but maybe they don't have it fully licensed. But I think it looks really cool. Look at the bars on the back, the way they have these, like it's just like a slim body on the inside of it with these wheels and tires that you can see right there fully exposed. Really cool looking casting. Look at all the sponsorships that we have on the side of this one. Obviously it's got some big engine on there with the open hood, Hot Wheels logo on the top. Overall, it's a really cool casting. I like this one. Humvee from HW First Response. And we've seen this casting around for a long time as well. This one says Tactical Response on the side of it, as you can see right there. We have some writing on the back, Hot Wheel First Response with the Hot Wheels logo on there. It's an interesting color on this one as well, kind of like maybe a little bit of an army grayish color, but it's a fully plastic body, which is slightly disappointed maybe for a Hot Wheels car. Would have liked to see a little bit more metal. We do have metal on the bottom, so they kind of flipped it where usually we see metal on the top and then the plastic on the bottom. But nonetheless, this is a pretty cool looking casting. I still like these original Hummers. I think they're really cool. I think this casting is a little bit too small in scale though. I feel like it's a little bit smaller than a 164, but nonetheless, what do you guys think of this BMC Hummer EV from HW Green Speed? This is a fairly new casting, and this is about the 6th color release that we have of it. You can see the cool Hummer details on the front end right there. Big wheel tire combination. I really like this blue color. I think it looks fantastic. That nice open rooftop design looks really good. We have Hummer written on the back there as well. But overall, I really like this casting, and this new recolor of it looks really good. 55 Chevy Bel Air Gasser from HW Reverse Rake. And we've seen a lot of color variations of these gassers, and this is another cool looking one. It has the collector written on the side of it with all these different logos. Even on the top right here, look at the paint job for that. We have a Hot Wheels logo written right there, and it's surrounded by some cool graphics. We have that nice big chrome engine on there, and there is our kind of raised up front end. So you can see that part right there where that raises up those front wheels right there, or the body of it, so it looks like it's raised up. Really cool design of a car. I've always liked these Bel Air gassers, and this is another good color variation of it. 57 Jeep FC from HW Hot Trucks. And this is a really cool design casting right here. I really like this one with this cool paint job on here. This is a really nice like army style color paint job on here, but very glossy. You can see it's got that spare wheel tire combination in the back, the nice big blacked out wheels on there as well. Pretty clean looking casting, this one. It's just got some like, I guess these are like the German flag colors right there if I'm not mistaken. So it's kind of cool. Obviously Volkswagen being from Germany itself, but there you go. What do you guys think of this 57 Jeep FC? Back to the Future Time Machine in hover mode from HW Screen Time. And there we have this casting, which we've seen many times before, and this actually being a super treasure hunt before as well. So you can see it's got these crazy wheel tire combinations sticking out right there. This matte finish paint job looks really good. It shows the lines very nicely. You can see all the different stuff from the Back to the Future in the back right there for this time machine. Even look on the bottom right here. Just look how they have the wheels kind of pushed out right there. That's just a really cool design, how they're able to do this in a 1 in 64 scale casting with the detail that it has for even just a basic Hot Wheel. It's just a great job that they've done on it. A lot of people just don't like this casting though, just because we've seen it just so much and it's just been recycled a lot, but nonetheless, it's done pretty nicely. Tooligan from Xpera Motors Treasure Hunt. And yes, this is our treasure hunt for our 2024 C case, and we can see very obviously that treasure hunt logo right there on the side. So no hiding on this one, very easy to find. And this is a really cool casting because it's got our little wrench on the back. And this is a real wrench. You can actually use this if you find the right size, and you can tighten stuff with it. So pretty cool how they've done that. You can see how they've integrated it into the metal base right there. So it's nice and strong, but just a really, really neat casting how they've done that right here. And you can see the color of this one. We got the Hot Wheels logo on the side, a different wheel tire combination on here. But there you go. If you need a tool, you can just use our tool again. McLaren Solus GT from HW Modified. And Hot Wheels wasted no time giving the McLaren Solus GT a recolor. We saw it originally in white. Now we've got this really cool color. You can see, oh, look at the graphics that they have on the front end right there that kind of mesh right into the side of the vehicle. Look at that. That is super, super cool. And it continues on the back. Very, very nice. Wheels look really good on this. I like those. And we can see from the back end, just a really interesting design car. Obviously being a single seater car. So it's got the single seater center position on this one, which is a really, really neat car. And what do you guys think of this new recolor of the McLaren Solus GT? 2015 Mazda MX-5 Miata from HWJ Imports. And we can see the color on this one, which is really cool. We can see that big wing on the back right there, blacked out wheels with the white trim on there, the number 5 on the side, a little bit of graphics sponsorships on that side right there, and even continues right on that front end. Not much detail for the lights or anything like that. That's a little bit disappointing. Even the back, it's pretty plain. We can see that diffuser underneath there as well. But what do you guys think of this new recolor of the Mazda Miata MX-5? Mod Rod from HW Art Cars. And what an interesting color of this one. Check out the design. We got the C on the top right there. Obviously, if you don't know that every year there's something that all the art cars will spell out. So you got to get all the art cars and then spell it on out. I'm not too sure this year what it spells out. We do have the nice chrome gold engine bay right there. And just check out that from the side. That just looks so cool with all those colors on there. And then on the front end, you can see that nice gold with the white tires on this one as well. Different wheel tire combination from the front and rear. The back end is kind of plain. We have the bottom red base on there, but what do you guys think of the new recolor of the Mod Rod? Custom 68 Camaro from HW Modified. And this was a really cool new casting from last year. It's got the 68 on the side. It's a totally modified, customized out Camaro. It looks so good. And I really like this titanium chrome that they have in here. They've continued that into this casting. We saw it in the previous color variations as well. You can see even from right there, the cylinders just sticking right out right there. We have just such a cool design car. I just can't get over how well they've done this car and how cool the design is for this. Look at that, even the winglets sticking out right at the back right there. This color also looks fantastic on it as well. But what do you guys think of this one? Mustache from Xpera Motors. And this is a brand new casting, which has a very, very unique thing that it does for it. You guys know what it is just by looking at this. Can you tell at all? Well, let's go ahead and show you right here. You can see this little piece right up here just pops right out. And now you've got a little comb for your mustache. And you can even see how this is just like shaped like a mustache right here. So you can brush your mustache and shape it nicely. But isn't that interesting how they've done that? The mustache right there, you can see how it stores right in the center of the car right there. Just really interesting design, just something different. I know it's not for everybody, but I appreciate Hot Wheels doing something different and releasing these cars that have these really weird and odd moving parts to them. HW Ultimate T-Rex Transporter from HW Screen Time. And wow, check out this new casting right here. Just a lot going on right here. What do we have? It looks like we have 1, 2, 3 wheels right here, but it's actually only a 4-wheeler. These ones are just kind of imitation. They're not actual wheels. Orange color base, orange color tires on there. And then we have this big T-Rex on the front end. Like, what is going on with this one? And it's a transporter, so apparently it transports something. No moving parts or anything like that on this one right here. Just very odd of a Hot Wheels casting. Definitely not for everybody. I know a lot of people don't like the fantasy cars. It's an interesting fantasy car. Maybe not really my thing though. Group C Fantasy from HW Race Day. And yes, this one is a fantasy car, but it's more of like a supercar fantasy car, so more my style. Although I really think that this car needs a wing. I think this car, if it had a wing, it would just make this car look so much better. I do like the combination of the black wheel on the back and the white wheel on the front. I think that looks pretty cool. It's definitely something different and interesting to see. The color on this one, very, very nice. The number 3 right there. And overall from the side, you can actually kind of see through this one. That's just how this one was designed. How it's got a little slot right through it. But nonetheless, Group C Fantasy, we've seen this one last year as a new casting, and now we're seeing many different recolors of it. Mad Mike Drift Attack from HW Modified. And this is also another new casting that we have already got this new recolor of it. We saw that one originally in white, and now we've got this matte gray finish to it. Totally matte finish on here, but I like it. You can see the lines very nicely of the car right there. We've got that Mad Mike's logo on the front end right there, blacked out front lights. And this is an interesting design because you can see how they've like slotted that back window off. So it's definitely unique. It's different, something we don't see. And then we can see that big wing and big diffuser right here. I mean, just look at underneath how you have this diffuser, which just brushes the air right out, and this massive spoiler on here, kind of a massive lip spoiler. So definitely a cool design car. What do you guys think of this new recolor? 1976 Little Red Express truck from HW Celebration Racers, and this one's got the 2024 logoing on there. I'm not sure if it's a Chinese New Year car of some sort. If you guys know exactly what it's supposed to mean, let me know in the comment section down below, but let's open it. And there is our Little Red Express truck right here. And this is kind of like in a burgundy red, but it's got a lot of metallic to it. So it looks pretty neat. Got some really good lines and striping all over right there on the back end. Kind of plain on the back end. We got the chrome underneath for that chrome base right there, so nicely done. We got the exhaust pipe sticking out the side. There's that logoing on the side end right there as well. Not really my style. I don't really like these older style pickup trucks. Not really my thing. But what do you guys think of the Little Red Express Celebration Edition? 2007 Chevy Tahoe from HW First Response. This being a rescue Tahoe, you can see the RSQ written on the side very obviously. Nice yellow color on this one with the light bar on the top end right there. We got the blacked out wheels with the nice colored chrome lip on there. Pretty plain on the rear end. All plastic body on this one though. You can see the front end also very plain. I mean, they got the nice details, but there's no highlights for those details. They've left all the stamping for this side right there. Plastic top, plastic bottom. Is it plastic? No, this is, I think it's a metal base right here. So metal base, but the plastic top right there. But nonetheless, I actually think this casting is really cool. I think that it just needs a little bit more detail on the front end. And maybe if they made this into a metal body, brought it to premium, that would be super cool. Batman and Robin Batmobile from the Batman series. And there we have the Batman and Robin Batmobile. This one in a very nice gloss black color, pretty clean. We've got like little slots right there of metal like sticking out, which is kind of interesting to see how they've colored that. And it even continues on that rear side as well. There on the front end, we can see that nice chrome, kind of looks like a face. Almost looks like we got like the bats in there as well. But the question is, are we getting just too many Batmobiles in the Hot Wheels line? We always get lots of Batmobiles every year. Comment down below what you guys think. Do you think we're getting too many Batmobiles, or do we need more Batmobiles in the Hot Wheels lineup? Surfin' School Bus from HW Extreme Sports. And I guess being from the extreme sports category for this car, it's because it transports other people to wherever they're playing the extreme sports. I don't think that this bus is made to be any extreme. Just kind of looks like a, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a regular bus. It's kind of like a lowered and hot rodded out bus. So I think in that aspect, it's pretty cool, but I don't know if it has anything to do with the actual extreme sport itself. It's a kind of a bland color on here, but I think it's supposed to be subtle. You can see even how the top like connects with these connecting pieces right here. So it's kind of interesting how they've done that. And you can see how much these rear tires are pushed towards the middle of the bus, and then we have that big engine on the back right there. But what do you guys think of this one? West Coast Flyer from HW Fast Transit. It's an interesting new category for our Hot Wheels series right there, the Fast Transit. And you can see this one's supposed to be some sort of like maybe not really a bullet train. Bullet trains don't really look like this, but I feel like it's like an engine trained right here on the front, but it's supposed to be aerodynamic. Kind of interesting how they've done that right here. You can see they've hot rodded out. Looks like they chopped the roofline on there. Nice aerodynamics on here. The big exhaust cylinders out right there. You can see from the front end how they've done this one. I don't know what to think about this one. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of different. It's hard to say. We'll have to see what the rest of the series brings. Baja Bison T5 from HW First Response. And this is one big casting for sure. You can see how large this is. Big, massive wheel tire combination on this one. We can see it's got First Response, the Hot Wheels logo in a different color variation on the side right there. I don't know what that is supposed to be on the top right there. It's some sort of like fan system of some sort. Looks like we got these spare tires on the back, 2 of them right there. Looks like it would be great in the snow. This is a super snow off-roader vehicle. But what do you guys think of this casting and this new color variation? HotWheeler from HW Megabyte. And this is a new color variation of the HotWheeler right here. We've seen this casting around for quite some time, and even look at that right here. If you guys have not seen the HotWheeler casting and how it's got that little bite right here. So it kind of looks like mean and aggressive, and then you can open it up, you get those teeth right there. So interesting of a casting to say the least. And then we got that little cat right there on the side of it with the X through it. I don't know. I guess it's supposed to go around and eat those cats. Can't remember. Yeah, I think this one does. When it rolls, that front end kind of bounces right there. You can see how it's got that bite that bounces. I think they've got something that hits the wheels and tires, then they just bounce that right there. Interesting casting on the HotWheeler. Pagani Zonda R from HW Race Day. And this is a new color variation of it. It's kind of like a candy apple reddish color. It's a little bit metallic on there. It's not really my style of color. I don't really like this type of color. The wheels do look really nice. I love these mesh wheels on here. It's different from what we saw previously. It's a really, really cool casting though. I have to give it that. This is one of the coolest release castings in a long time. And just to compare, I've got the white one right here. And I also do have the black, or it's a matte black, so we can see all 3 colors. Just for your viewing pleasure, you can kind of compare and see the mainline color releases of them. But so far, I like the white one and the black one a lot better though. 73 Honda Civic Custom from Compact Kings. And here's our new color variation in yellow with the Honda logoing on the side, the number 73. We got some more logoing on the front right there. Pretty clean on the top for that color though. The graphics look really cool. I love these tiny wheels on here. Not much paint or anything on the back. They've left it just for the top and the side, but overall, not too bad of a recolor. Land Rover Series 2 from HW Hot Trucks. And this is a new recolor of this one as well. Really cool. I like this kind of glossy gray color that they have it. The surfboard on the back, really, really neat. The unfortunate thing about this casting when it originally came out, I thought that this window would flip up and down, but no, for a mainline, for a $1 car, it does not do that. Nice blacked out wheels on here, pretty clean around the back. It's got kind of the German colors along the side of it. And then we've got that front end right there looking really, really cool. What do you guys think of this Land Rover? 2023 Ram 1500 from Factory Fresh. And this is a brand new casting for 2024. It kind of looks like the TRX, but I don't think they officially call it the Ram TRX, but you guys let me know in the comment section. Do you think it's the Ram TRX or is it just a regular Ram? It looks like it's got like the lowered back and the raised front end on there. Like it needs like a leveling kit or something. I don't know, or if it's supposed to be like that, but not bad. Really, really cool casting. I do really like these new Rams. What do you guys think of this one? Roger Dodger from HW Celebration Racers. And this one looks like it's got a slight bit of air on here. You can see how the card is mounted wrong on the card, like the blister pack is mounted wrong. So it's kind of interesting. I don't think it means anything as far as value goes. So we're just gonna go ahead and open it. And this one has the number 29 on the side. I don't know what the significance of that number is for this car, but good number nonetheless. We got the nice big motor on there. We got the chrome bumper on it, gray wheels on here, the red tailpipes or the side pipes that kind of come out right there, the chrome on the bottom. Pretty nice overall as far as a recolor for the Roger Dodger. DeLorean Alpha 5 from HW Greenspeed. And this is technically not a new casting. It was seen in an RLC package, but this is new to the mainlines for 2024, or new to the mainlines in general. Nice white color, very, very clean, all white color. The gray 10-spoke wheels on there, very clean on the back end of it as well. All electric sports car for this one, and of course it has those DeLorean doors in real life that come up, the gull-wing style doors. Not in this mainline though, but very, very cool casting nonetheless. I'm looking forward to seeing what new colors they come out with this. 67 Chevy C10 from HW Art Cars. Check this one out. Really, really cool graphics on the side. The Hot Wheels. It's got some sort of like skull or something on the side of it, and just really, really cool colors on here. Even on that cowl hood on the front end, it's got some nice striping on there. It's got the E on the roof, which will spell out something once we get all of the art cars. Pretty clean on the back. Nice dual exhaust on this one. For you Chevy C10 collectors, this is definitely a neat one to get. Custom 53 Chevy from Rod Squad Treasure Hunt. And if we look on the inside of the card, you can see that Treasure Hunt logo right there. And then if we look on the car itself, we do have the Treasure Hunt logo just right there on the fender. So pretty neat that they have that included. This one's got these nice white wheels on here. It's got a white top on there. And then check out the front end, the open kind of see-through hood on there. So we can kind of see the engine on it. Not really, kind of close to it, but graphics on the side of it look very, very cool. Pretty clean on the back end right there. Just an overall neat treasure hunt for this year. Nissan Skyline GTR BCN R33 from HWJ Imports, the Godzilla. And here is our R33. We've got that Godzilla logoing on the side and the claws ripping right through. Nice gray wheels on there. I love the R33. I think it's one of the coolest looking of the GTR series. It's a great mixture of R32 and R34. It just looks spectacular. Look at that wing too. I just love the design of that wing. The nice lights on the back end right there. And as a comparison to our previous release of the Godzilla, here is our R32 Godzilla compared to our R33 Godzilla. So slightly different color letterings right there and all that, but other than that, two spectacular looking Nissan GTRs. Roadster from HW Celebration Racers. And here is our Roadster, which has International Women's Day written on the side of it. So I guess that's an ode to that right there. We do have some cool coloring and graphics right there on the front end. There is Roadster from the front end as well. Gray wheels on here, bigger ones on the back, smaller ones in the rear. And then we got that nice kind of like pink magenta color right there as well on the bottom. What do you guys think of this new color of Roadster? 67 Camaro from HW Art Cars. And this one in a nice color on there. Look at all the graphics on the side of this one. Really, really cool detail with the white tires on there with the colored wheels. There it is from that front end right there on the base. We do have a little bit of a gray and a little bit of chrome bumper sticking out as well. Lip spoiler on this one. Overall, not too bad. We've got the R on the top of this one as well, which will help spell out something for our art cars of 2024. 92 Honda Civic EG from HWJ Imports. And this one in a nice red recolor of it. We got the nice Japanese graphics on the side, or writing on the side. I'm not sure exactly what it spells. Maybe it does spell Honda. You guys let me know in the comment section if you know. Hot Wheels logo right there, the Honda logo, the nice mesh wheels on there as well. We got the sunroof on the top. Pretty clean overall from the top. No graphics or anything like that. Even from the front end right there, we got just the nice painted lights with the Honda logo right there. And on the back, it's pretty clean. Nothing as far as detail or anything goes. What do you guys think of this new recolor of the Honda Civic? BMW 507 from HW Roadsters. And this is the mainline variation of what would be a super treasure hunt. This one's in a nice, it's kind of like a slightly darker tint of yellow, a little bit of metallic in there as well, which is really cool. Got that nice front end, the BMW logoing on there. Got the 822 written on it. I don't know the significance of that. If you guys do, let me know. It's on the side there as well, the BMW logo. It's a pretty cool designed car, kind of like the early style of what would be a Miata later on, or the BMW Z1. I shouldn't compare the BMW to Miata, but I mean, it's kind of the same style of car. But what do you guys think of this one? 1989 Mercedes-Benz 560 SEC AMG from HW modified. And this one's also a mainline variation of what would be a Super Treasure Hunt. This one is super clean though, just an all red design. And then we got the stamped headlights, the side markers, even that painted Mercedes grille right there, which looks super nice. We got the nice blacked out wheels. One of the coolest castings released in a while. Check out even the back detail on this one. Looks fantastic. Really, really nicely done on this. I really like this casting. What do you guys think of this new Mercedes recolor? Ice Charger from HW Screen Time. And this one's in a matte finish gray color. We got some nice wheels on here that obviously stick out like a wide body look on there. We got the bullet holes on the front end for that Fast and Furious movie. That's how they had it, all on the side there as well. Super cool how they do that with the engine on the back, and not much as far as stamping or anything goes right there. That diffuser on the bottom, there's your base as well. Overall, it's a nice new color of our Ice Charger. 1973 Jeep J10 from HW Hot Trucks. Love the color on this one right here. Love that K&N graphics on there as well. Super metallic blue for this one. The K&N logoing on the front end. We got that push bar on the front end as well. Look at that, looking really, really nice. Big wide wheel tire combination on here. Got that like slightly raised up front end, lowered down here, and then even the light bar on the top right there, and then the mesh on the windows. Really, really cool how they've done the detail of this one for a mainline casting. Alfa Romeo GT V6 3.0 from Factory Fresh. And this one is a fresh new recolor in this nice gray, which is really popular of a color in the modern era right now. We've got nice striping on the side of it. These wheels are a little bit classic style wheels on there. Good detail on that front end for those lights. I like that hood on there as well. And then nice and clean on the side, which is the striping down there. No detail on the back or anything like that. But overall, it's a great new recolor for a cool looking casting. 87 Audi Quattro from HW Turbo. And this is a new for 2024 casting. We got the Audi logoing on the side, Hot Wheels logo on the back. Love the 10-spoke wheels on here. Super clean red color, no other markings or anything like that. Got the great detail on that front end as well for the Audi logo. Even says Quattro on the license plate. Nice painted lights on the front end as well. The back end of it, no detail or anything for the lighting. Got that lip spoiler on there. Overall, a great looking casting. Glory Chaser from HW Dream Garage. Is a new orange recolor of the Glory Chaser, the number 32 on the side, Goodyear logoing. Got that exposed engine right there, the number 32 on the front end. Kind of an odd, weird way that they painted that front end as well. Painted lights on there as well, and then on the back, I don't know what this thing is on the back, what that's supposed to be. It's part of the casting. Can't remember if I saw that in the previous castings. Hot Wheels logo right there, the exhaust on the back end right there, and then black on the base for the Glory Chaser. GT Scorcher from Hot Wheels Let's Race series. And kind of like retro vibes on this one. I like that purple color on there that's kind of mixed in with the black. Looking really, really cool. The exposed engine on the front end right there, the number 7 on there. HW graphics it says, so it's got some really, really cool, nicely done graphics on this one. I love, love, love coloring on this. The white diffuser on there, white base on there as well, and you can see that color on the front end for that front lip. Just an overall fantastic recolor. I'd love to see some license castings in a color like this. 2010 Camaro SS from HW First Response. This one in a nice lime green, which the Hot Wheels response team are written on the side of it. Blacked out wheels on there. We got the push bar on the front end right there. Even the Hot Wheels response team logoing on the front right there. We got some nice pinstripe striping just down the top. And then we got the light bar on the top of it as well. No stamping or anything on the rear of this one, but what do you guys think of this new Camaro? Vespa 90 SS Super Sport 1966 from Factory Fresh. And this is a new for 2024 casting right here, the Vespa. Obviously, I mean, Hot Wheels are a 1 in 64, but this is definitely a bigger scale than 1 in 64. I like the design from the side. It looks pretty cool. They've done this one pretty nicely. It's even got the kickstand built into it. So if you rest it flat, it will stand up. Obviously, it's not going to stand up on my hand right here, but it does stand up on a flat surface. And then we got that seat right there, colored plastic handlebars on all that. They don't actually turn the wheel or anything. That would be cool if it did actually turn the wheel, but there is your new Vespa, new for 2024 casting. Piranha Terra from HW Megabyte. And Piranha Terra's in a new color for 2024. This one's in a nice kind of a grayish green color. I love the look of this casting. It looks mean from the front. Definitely looks like a piranha, like an angry fish from the front end. Nice colored wheel tires and got some graphics on the side of it as well. And there's your exhaust, which are your fins in the back, which is super cool how they've done this casting. I've always been a big fan of this fantasy casting. Grass Chomper from HW Ride-Ons. And Grass Chomper looks to be like it's also a scaled up casting. It's not a 1 in 64. It looks like it's done a lot bigger. It's supposed to be like an off-road tractor. Got some like yellow bar on the back right here. It's like a race tractor. It's like a race chomper. So this is your lawnmower kind of tractor, lawnmower blades and stuff that it should be right there. It's just, it's interesting. Besides that, I don't know what to say with it. I'm trying not to be mean about it. Not really my style of casting though. Mazda RX-7 from HW First Response. And this one is a Japanese police car. So you can see the Japanese logoing and then the word police right there on the side of it. Nice colored wheels on there. Hot Wheels logo on the rear. Love the design of this one with that big lip spoiler on the back end. Looks super cool. Then this one would have real pop-up headlights in real life. It's got some nice painting on the front as well. And very clean though. And then on the side, you can just see that nice logoing from the back. And we have no stamping or anything like that. They've left it all for these sides. Overall, not too bad of a color for this new Mazda RX-7. Wheelie chair from HW Extreme Sports. And we've seen this casting around for several years now, and we've gotten a new recolor of it. Looks like we've got some like American style stars on the side of it, which is kind of neat. Look at the color of the base of this one. Wow, that is definitely interesting. The white tires on the front, the seat right here, and a nice, if you have a Lego guy, he will fit in right here, which is really cool. So you can kind of push around your Lego guy, and it's got the wheelies on the back end right there. It says nice American logoing and flag and stuff. What do you guys think of the new recolor of this one? Street Wiener from Hot Wheels Let's Race. Street Wiener, always an interesting casting. I mean, if you don't see it, this is a big hot dog right here. There's your bun. And then this right here is the barbecue, which actually opens and closes. It doesn't stay closed or anything like that, but super cool how they have that. Even got the little side things to rest your stuff for the barbecue. And then this right here is also the little paper basket that holds your hot dog. And then this right in the front right here is supposed to be the flipper for your hot dog. So very well thought out of a casting. Your engine on the back, but I mean, it's definitely interesting. What do you guys think of the new recolor of Street Wiener? Silverado EV RST, and it's interesting that this one doesn't specify it as being the Chevy Silverado. I'm not too sure why, the reasons behind that. This is from the HW Green Speed series. Let's go ahead and open it. And there it is in a nice blue color. These wheels, I think, are pretty fitting for the car. On the top, we do have the blacked out roof right there. It's kind of see-through though. It's kind of a see-through window up there, darkened windows all around. There's that front end for that EV. You can see that EV style front end with like no open grille or anything. Obviously, you don't need air intakes for an EV. On the back end, you can see it looks pretty nice. Nice stamping for those lights right there. There's that nice inside for the truck, and you can see it's got some like surfboards on the inside. That's kind of interesting. It's a cool touch. Didn't really notice that before. And you can see how this goes right through to the interior. You can maybe you can kind of see it right there, but it does go. It's completely open to the interior right through there. But overall, I think it's a pretty neat looking new EV truck. Aston Martin 1963 DB5 from HW Screen Time. And we've seen this casting around for quite some time, and it's interesting to see it release in all these different variations and colors. But I mean, to me, all the colors look very, very similar. This is kind of just like a slightly darker gray with some nice gloss all around on it. I like these mesh wheels. They suit the car perfectly fine. We got some nice chrome bumpers, the nice painted rear little license plate right there. And then on the bottom. You can see that nice chrome base on there. Overall, it's a really cool designs car, but I'm kind of sick of seeing more and more of these released in the mainline. That's just my own personal opinion. 2015 Jaguar F-Type Project 7 from HW Roadsters. And this is another car that we've seen a lot of different color variations of, but we haven't seen it for a while. This one in a nice white, and it's kind of a little bit metallic, almost a slightly pearlescent white on this one. We get the gold mesh wheels on there. Nice stamping for these front lights right there. Very, very cool. We don't have the circle on the side of either side of it. Usually we see the Project 7 with that circle on the side of it. Hot Wheels logo right there. Some nice pin striping on the side. Got some nice paint on that spoiler as well, which is kind of interesting. No stamping or anything on the rear end for detail, just those front lights that has that stamping detail. But other than that, overall, it's a pretty cool recolor of this one. 91 Mazda MX-5 Miata from HWJ Imports. And this one in black, and it's got some nice graphics on the side of it. I actually think it suits it pretty cool. We got the red interior on this one, the red roll bar on there, painted rear tampos, very, very nice. The license plate right there also tampoed. And then we can see the front end. It has the pop-up headlights. Obviously, they're not popped up or anything. We do have some nice stamping for the marker lights on the side of it. These wheels, I think, suit the car pretty nicely for this era. But overall, it's a nice new recolor of the Mazda Miata. Custom 72 Chevy Love from HW Hot Trucks. And this one in a nice new recolor. We got the chrome all on the inside of it. Very, very cool looking chrome. Even that nice sunroof that's open, you can see that chrome right through that. Chrome wheels, staggered, of course. This one is kind of like a drag truck as well. You can see it's got like thicker tires on the back of it. Chevrolet written on the back right there, kind of imprinted. Then we have that nice headers right there sticking out, the chrome bumper on this one. But what do you guys think of this Chevy Love? Pontiac Aztec Custom from HW Modified. And this is a new for 2024 casting. We can see this one totally customized out. It's the ugly Pontiac Aztec, but they've tried to make it look cool, so they've lowered it. They've put like a body kit on there. Look at the diffuser on this. Just an absolutely huge diffuser. There's that weird spoiler on there. It's got even the wide body, so if we look from it from over top, you can see those wide body fenders sticking out. The 68 for the first year of Hot Wheels. There is that crazy looking front end. It's totally lowered and customized out. What a crazy looking casting. I don't know what they're going to do with this one in the future as far as recolors. I mean, they could put some crazy stuff on this one. It'll probably be an art cars eventually. I feel like it would be a crazy art car. Baja truck from Hot Wheels. Let's race. And this one has the Hot Wheels Racing Team livery all around it right there. I really like the livery on this. The blue, the nice logo on there. Look at that striping even down the center. It looks very, very nice. Aggressive, mean front end on this one. You can see the sides all lifted. It's got these nice fat mudder tires on there. Got some graphics right there on the side. The 68 on there, BF Goodrich on the back of it as well. And then we got that kind of weird like plastic area right here, which has all your supplies and all that. Overall, I think it's a cool looking casting. Cadillac Project GTP Hypercar from HW Turbo. And this is also a new for 2024 casting. Absolutely crazy looking. I was looking forward to opening this one up. We got a nice matte black finish, very clean paint job on there. A little bit of a pinstriping on the top right there. You can see outlining where that cockpit is. We can see the mesh wheels on here in a nice chrome painted color. Got some sort of weird graphic on the side. I'm not too sure exactly what that's supposed to be. Just look at the aerodynamics of this car. Just absolutely crazy looking. Love this piece right here that comes down the center, connects that spoiler right there. Just a super interesting looking. You guys know I love hypercars, and not this one. It's definitely impressive. Shelby Cobra Daytona Coupe from HW Race Day. And this one with the Golf livery on there. I love the Golf livery. This is definitely added to my Golf livery collection. Got the big tires on the back, the small ones on the front end. There is your Cobra Daytona Coupe classic rear end right there. The number 3 on the side. Golf logo right there on the side of it as well. And there's your big Golf logo on the front with that striping that comes down. We even got a spare wheel in the back right there. That's a super cool touch detail to this one. Overall, I love the Golf livery cars, and this one is definitely a nice one. Volvo XC40 Recharge from HW Green Speed. And this one in white with the XC40 written on the side of it. It's got some snowboards on the top. This is ready to go snowboarding for sure. Nice blacked out lifted wheel tire combination right there, which looks super cool. I like this color a lot better than the original release of this car. The original release of this car didn't get a lot of love, but I think the color version of this makes it look a lot better. It looks like it's totally ready to go in the snow. Very impressive. I'm liking this Volvo XC40. Corvette Stingray from HW Dream Garage. And this is a recolor to a casting that's been around for quite some time, but I absolutely love these C3 Corvettes. I think they're super cool. Although I have to say, I feel like this casting might need a little bit more of a refresh. This is all plastic body on here, which is very disappointing. We do have the metal base on there though, but come on, we got to see a full, nice retooled metal body of this one. Look at the detail in the back, just not that great. I love the car. Don't love the casting. Don't love the color of this one, but you know what? Crazy looking Corvette. Let's see a new one. 1970 Dodge Charger RT from HW Art Cars. And this thing is absolutely crazy looking. Look at the colors on this one on the side. The Dodge Hot Wheels logo in a different color. We got the eye on the top. We got some different graphics on that front hood. Chrome grille on here. Crazy looking wheel tire color combination. The chrome on the back of this one as well. Just look at that from the top. Just what a crazy looking car. Look at the colors on the bottom as well that you can see come through. I really like this one as an art car. Monster High Ghoulmobile from HW Screen Time. And this is a fresh new recolor of this one. Just a crazy looking car. I wouldn't say that this is necessarily a fantasy car because it is from that Monster High show, but you know what? It's definitely not really my style. I know this is a new for 2024 car. It's got the crazy colored interior and all the spider webbing on there, but just really not my thing. But gotta respect the color that they've done with this one. They've done a good job at it. So if you're a fan of this show or this car, then this is a nice one for you. Batman Forever Batmobile from the Batman series. And this is a treasure hunt. You can see the treasure hunt logo just right there on the bottom. Let's go ahead and see if we can find it on the car itself. Let's open it. And here is our Batman Forever Batmobile. And as we look for the treasure hunt logo on here, I do not see it so far. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, we've spotted it now. It's just right there on the side. You can see that right there, just on that side window right there. Is it on this side as well? It is not. So when in the package, we didn't see it because, you know what? It's hidden on just that one side. So that's interesting how they've done that. Usually we see it on both sides, but they've just left it on that one side. I don't think this is an error or anything like that. I think that's just how it's supposed to be. You guys let me know in the comment section if you found this one already, where the logo for the treasure hunt is on yours. Is it on both sides or is it on the single side? Brick and Delivery from HW Metro. And this is a nice recolor of the Brick and Delivery. I love the crazy looking like flames on the side of it. If you don't know about this car, obviously it does work with the Mega Blocks or Lego, and these pieces on the top will just come right off. So you can build something on the top if you want to, or switch things around however you want to as well. We'll go ahead and, come on, get in there. There we go. We got that back on. Got that back on right there. We even got the little Lego style, like Mega Block style right on the front right there for the headlights, the wheel tire combination, even on the back right there. It's an interesting car. I like how they've done this, but just really not my style of Hot Wheel. Flippin' Fast from HW Celebration Racers. And this is a new for 2024 casting as well, and something interesting on why this one is called Flipping Fast. So which is the bottom of the car? You can see when we turn it around, it can roll on both sides. So we can roll it this way if we want to, or it flips around and it can roll this way. So very interesting of a casting. I really like how they've done that. You can see we flip it over on this side, you can see the spoiler's kind of down, and we can see the spoiler's kind of up on that side. So I mean, I would say that's your proper way because the spoiler is up, but you can see the rivets are on this side. And on the bottom, you can see that they're not. I don't know. I don't know which side is the proper side, or is it just flipping fast? It's just supposed to go whichever way you want to. So very interesting of a casting. What do you guys think of this one? Laying Lowrider from HW Reverse Rake. And this one's nice with the flames on there. And look at the metallic paint on this one. Just sparkle in my lights right there. Very, very nice. The paint on there looks really good for those stamping of the flames. You can see how it's got the nice wiggly like engine on the front. So when you roll those wheels, you can see that engine bounce around. It's meant to do that. So that's pretty cool. It's obviously raised in the front end, lowered in the rear right there. I like that lowrider look. There's those flames on the side of it. Chrome bumper on the front. Overall, kind of a cool car. Not really my thing though. What do you guys think of laying lowrider? 2020 Ram 1500 Rebel from Factory Fresh. And this is a fresh new recolor of this one in a nice black look to it. Very, very stealth looking. Really like that. Great stamping for those rear lights, as well as the graphics on the side. You can see the Rebel kind of written in there. And then that front end, great detail on that front end. Looks really, really good. I believe we saw this one in, I think it was red and white, our previous color releases. Now we got the black. I think the black one is the best by far. It looks so, so good. Trucks in black just look really, really good. I feel like it's the best color suited for trucks, and we even got that nice sunroof on the top of it. What a great looking casting. Mustang Funny Car from HW Art Cars. And this is another art car with the lettering on the top. This one has the V, and this Mustang Funny Car, it does not open up. Like, we had previous castings of the Mustang Funny Car that did open up, but now they have it closed. So it's kind of disappointing in that aspect. I like the graphics on the front. They look really, really good, as well as the graphics on the side of it. Even says, what does it say? Something 24 HWR cars. So it does say that 2024 HWR cars. We got the parachute style in the back. Interesting color for the wheel tire combination and the base on there. What do you guys think of the Mustang Funny Car? 57 Chevy from HW Art Cars. Another from the Art Car series, this one with the T on the top of it, and then it's got like the Scrabble letterboard all around, and you can see it does spell out some things. So we can see Chevy right there, 57 Bel Air written on the side of it. Let's go ahead and see on the front end. Do we see anything written on that front end or the top? Not really that we see anything. We look on this side right here. Do we see any writing? If you see any words or anything on this side, comment them down below. I want to know if you guys can find any words on this side right there. So there you go. Let you get that other close-up look of it. All right, there you go. So now you let me know what other words you see for this HW Art Cars. Tankinator from HW Ride-Ons. And the Tankinator we've seen in several different colors. What a big Hot Wheels casting, and it's got this piece that moves on the top. It goes all the way around, which is super, super cool. It says Tankinator on the side. Really heavy duty wheel tire combination on there. There's that base right there with that tread down there as well. We got the exhaust sticking out the back of it. What an interesting casting. What do you guys think of the Tankinator? Surf Duty from HW Metro. And there we have Surf Duty, our Surf Patrol truck right there. Nice color on this one. I really like this metallic color on here. Lifeguard, Beach Patrol that it says. These wheels, I feel like they suit the car perfectly. We can see that front end with the white on there. And there it is on the side. And this is just where you store all your lifeguard gear and all of that good stuff right back there. The white base looks really bright on there, but very, very nice. Audi RS e-tron GT from HW Green Speed. And this one in a beautiful green color, very, very glossy, super, super clean looking. Look at the detail on the front headlights with all the graphics and everything on there. Nice wheels on here. I feel like these wheels suit the car very, very well. Great detail again on the back end, even the license plate, the Audi logo, everything looks fantastic. It's a nice looking casting. Ford GT40 from Factory Fresh. Great new recolor of this one of my favorite castings. I love this one. We've gotten lots of different variations of this casting, and they're just still releasing more, and I cannot deny it. I love it. I love this car. Such an iconic car in the world of motorsports right there. You can see the number 8 on this one, the stripe down there, the nice painted front end right there. Just a beautiful car from the side. And what do you guys think of this new color of the Ford GT40? Mighty K from Compact Kings. And I don't know what to say about this color. This is like a puke yellow. It's just not really my thing as far as color goes. Got the skateboard in the back though. The Mighty K car, it's kind of a love or hate it. A lot of people really like collecting it. A lot of people think it's the stupidest little car ever. I'm kind of in between. I don't love it, but I don't really hate it. But I mean, this color of it though, definitely a no-go for me. Don't really like it at all. Chrome base on the bottom though, but what do you guys think? Do you guys like this new recolor of the Mighty K? 5-alarm from HW Metro. And this is a cool new recolor of 5-alarm. Look at that gold chrome on there. Beautiful looking gold chrome from the front end. Looks very aggressive. And of course, we've got the ladder that comes right up. So you can have that ladder just removable up like that. And then look at the gold chrome you can see on the top there too. Just a really cool new recolor of this one. Yes, it's a fantasy casting, but it is a fire truck. So if you like the fire trucks, this is definitely a cool new recolor for it. 60s Fiat 500D Modificato from Compact Kings. And this is the regular on which would be the Super Treasure Hunt from the previous E case. And this one, you can see the chrome engine there on the back. This color, I mean, again, this color, it's very similar to that Mighty K that we just looked at. I mean, here, let's grab the Mighty K. You guys can see the color. It's similar, it's not exactly the same, but I just don't like this color. I think it's too weird. It's too weird looking of a color. It's not my thing at all. But what do you guys think? Does it suit the Fiat 500D? I don't know. I don't know. I'm indifferent on this one. 94 Audi RS2 from Factory Fresh. And this one in a nice glossy red color. Look at that, just sparkle in my lights right there. Very clean all around, no stamping or anything like that besides the great detail on that front end right there. Look at the lights, the Audi logo looking fantastic. These wheels, I don't really like these wheels, but I do think that they do suit the car because of the era that this car came in. That's kind of what the wheels look like. Back end, we have some nice stamping for the lights. There's the Audi logo right there in the center. No license plate or anything like that though. There's a little spot for it, but it's no plate at all. But what do you guys think? Great new recolor for this Audi RS2. Porsche 911 Carrera from Xpera Motors. And yes, this is a keychain. You can see it's got that little loop right there, so you can loop through some keys if you want to, but I mean, really cool. I like it. I like how Hot Wheels is coming out with these little keychains because I've seen a lot of people make customs and then put a little loop on there so you can use it as a keychain. But to have one right from Hot Wheels Mattel directly, that is so cool. So, I mean, just think, if you drive a Porsche, you could put your Porsche keys through here and you've got a little keychain that's official Hot Wheels. I think super cool. We've seen it before on a previous release Hot Wheels car. Now we're seeing it in a licensed vehicle. So awesome. Would love to see more of these. There's probably going to be several recolors of this one in the future. Tesla Model Y from HW Greenspeed. And this one in a very nice metallic black color, looking so good. I love this casting. If you guys follow me or know me, you'll know that I actually do drive a Tesla in real life, so I'm a big fan of them. I think they're pretty neat little cars. They're fun cars to drive. Yes, they're kind of like just an average old car though for most people, but they are definitely a fun car to drive, and I do enjoy driving mine. But this Tesla Model Y in black, it now completes the 5 OEM colors of the Tesla Model Y. And I've got them right here, so let's have a quick look at them. First one we have is the white one right there. There is your white Model Y. Then we've got it in the gray. And then we've got the Target Red Edition in red. And then we have blue. Blue is my favorite color because my Tesla in real life is a blue one as well. And then we have, of course, our newest, the black. So let's go ahead here. If I can put them all in one hand so you guys can see them all together. I think it's pretty cool that we have now all 5 colors of the Tesla Model Y. Ford Performance Super Van 4 from HW Greenspeed. And this is a new for 2024 casting, and it's new to our F case that we're opening up here. And this one, you can see it's got some really cool openings on here. Like, look at this back window, how it's kind of just see-through and open right there. from the front end. You can see the different aerodynamics, kind of a weird opening on the front end as well. Blacked out wheels look really, really good. Productivity Ford Pro accelerated. It is HW Green Speed, so I'm not sure if this car in real life is all electric. I'm gonna assume that it's an all electric car, but it's kind of weird looking. I don't really know if I like it or not. You guys comment down below. Let me know what you think of this new Ford Super Van. Trouble Decker from HW Fast Transit. And this is a big Hot Wheels casting. You can see it's got Georgetown written on the side of it, the number 28. Just a cool casting. I've been a fan of this one since it's come out. I think this is our first recolor of it, I believe. We had the red one originally, which looked like the London bus. And then we got that big opening right here. We got a big spoiler on the back. That's where the passengers would go in and out. Dual exhaust on there. This two-tone color looks really good. It separates like the top and the bottom very nicely as far as passengers sitting up here and passengers sitting down there. Then that really big rear wheel tire combination, even side exhaust. We got exhaust on the side and exhaust on the back. That's kind of what we have, I believe. Or is it a wheelie bar? Actually, now that I think of it, this is supposed to be a wheelie bar because it's like a drag bus, but super interesting of a casting. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of it. 71 El Camino from HW Hot Trucks. And this is the mainline variation of what would be the Super Treasure Hunt for the 2024 Hot Wheels F case. You can see it's got some nice chrome on the bottom. I like this, the way that they painted this side striping. I think that looks really cool. The Hot Wheels logo right there on the back end. Very muscle car front end, and of course our truck rear end. That's what the El Camino is. I kind of wish they made cars like this in the new day and era. Like wouldn't it be cool to have some sort of truck car nowadays? I think they still produce them for Australia, but not here in North America. But the El Camino, it's a classic car. Let me know what you guys think of this one. 2015 Dodge Charger SRT from HW First Response. And just recently we had this one released in red. Now we've got it in this green. Same graphics on the side, the HW Airlines runway. You can see it's got some numbers on the front end. Got the nice lights right there on the top. It's pretty cool looking casting. It's just very busy. If you like the clean looking castings, this is definitely not for you. But you know what? It's understandably why they have it, why they've got all the graphics on there. The back end, nothing on there because they've left it all for that side end. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the new recolor of this one? Drift and Brake from HW Modified. And this is our first recolor of Drift and Brake. We have it as a new casting for 2024. This color looks really good on it. Shows the lines nicely. These wheels just fit it perfectly. I'm not like a huge fan of these wheels, but I think it looks really good on this car. You can see the engine right there, see through all the chrome interior on there. There's that nice front end of it from the side end. It looks pretty good. I mean, for a fantasy casting, I actually don't mind this one too much. Zinger 21C from HW Green Speed. And this is also a new for 2024 casting, but this is our first recolor of it. We got a blue one in our first case of the year. This one in a nice red, got like, it's like a candy apple red, nice metallic on there, blacked out wheels on there. And it's got that weird passenger compartment with the single seater, but then you have, or it's actually, sorry, it's a double seater because you have them front passenger or the front driver and then the passenger just right behind him. So it's an interesting designed car, very nice hypercar, modern hypercar. There's that big exhaust on the back, massive rear spoiler on that one. It's a pretty cool looking design though. Lolux from HW Modified. Lolux got the yellow going on in the back end, then we got the orange in the front, yellow interior, different wheel tire combination on there. Just a very busy looking vehicle. I'm not really a huge fan of it. I like the intake on that rear right there, then the exhaust that comes out the back, roll cage. It's just a lot going on, a lot to see. It's an interesting casting, but really just not for me. Terra Tractal from HW Track Champs. Interesting play on words of Terra-Tractal. Definitely interesting to hear that. But this one is a new for 2024 casting. It's a new fantasy casting, number 143 on the side. I don't know what the significance of that is. Big chrome wheels. I like these wheels on here. There's your front end. Looks like it's got like some teeth that it's just staring at you. I don't really like it, to be honest. Not really my thing at all. But for a fantasy casting, you got to have a couple of them thrown in there. So here is one of our newer ones. Custom Auto from HW Dream Garage. A nice white recolor with like a lighter gray on the bottom with the black on the side as kind of a separation. I like how that black striping on the side kind of goes into a Hot Wheels logo just right there on the back. So that's an interesting design I haven't seen before. From the front end, you can see how those stripes kind of start and they go right down the side all the way to the back right there. Side exit exhaust, we got some colored tread on, or some colored lip around the wheels on here. Chrome on the back end, chrome on the front, chrome on the bottom. You can see that side exit exhaust. I really like this recolor of the Custom Auto though. Batmobile from the Batman series. And we've gotten lots of different Batmobiles all the time. Here we have another color release. And this one you can see it's in like a dark metallic gray, almost greenish color. I don't know, it's hard to say. It's hard to tell in my lights here. It's more of a darker gray color. And we can see those nice wheels on there. I think that suits the Batmobile perfectly fine. You can see the nice aggressiveness to their Batmobile right there. You look at that front end, looks really, really cool. Kind of looks like a Formula One car mixed with a Batmobile. That's kind of the thing that they were going for on this one. But what do you guys think of the new recolor of this Batmobile? Brick and Motor from Experimotors. And this one part of our Mega Block series, so it's got the removable parts on here, which you can place different parts if you want to, or move these all around. So if you want to move that one up there, you can. You can put all different types of other pieces. It works with Lego as well. You can see the back end right there. We got these nice red chrome wheels on here. We got the little Hot Wheels logo, the number 8 on there. And look at the really tiny thin wheels on the front end. There's a different weird color on that base right there. But there we go. What do you guys think of this one? Mod Speeder from HW Modified. Big Hot Wheels logo right here on the side of this one. The Hot Wheels logo right there on the top. This is a matte white paint job with some, I like the striping. The color of that striping looks really good. I like how they have that Hot Wheels logo kind of integrated from the side, integrated on the back right there. Just really, really cool design as far as paintwork goes. The car itself, I mean, it's not a great car. It's not a horrible car. It kind of reminds me of like those demolition derby cars. You can see the exhaust right there on the back. It's kind of cool. The front lip right there, it looks pretty aggressive. Supercharge from HW Celebration Racers. And you can see this card, it does say 2024 Hot Wheels, and this is the Earth Day for 2024. So it does say Earth Day written big on the side right there. You can see the Hot Wheels Hot Wheels EV? This is no way that this is an electric dragster. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Maybe, I don't know. For an Earth Day car, possibly. It doesn't open or anything like that, but it does have like this moving front lip. So when you move this, you can see, I guess that's the engine in there that kind of rattles itself. Kind of a weird design. I mean, it's definitely a funny car dragster, but with Earth Day written on the side of it. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this one right here. What do you guys think? Nissan Skyline RS KDR30 from HWJ Imports. And this one in a really, really nice color right there. We got the cutout for the sunroof, the indentation on that front hood, and then on the front bumper, it's kind of a little bit plain, but we've got all these really cool graphics on the side of it. On the rear, love those rear lights. They look fantastic. Really, really cool stamping for those rear lights. The wheels look really good. Overall, a really nice looking recolor for this Nissan Skyline. Porsche 911 Carrera RS 2.7 from Factory Fresh. We got another recolor for this Porsche, this one in red. We got a white and a yellow one before. Got the Carrera logo on the side, blacked out wheels on there. Love that little whale tail style spoiler on there. Really, really neat. Got some writing on the back that says Porsche as well. From the top, pretty clean looking. From the side, just that Carrera writing on there. Overall, one of my favorite castings released in recent times. Really, really cool looking, and I love all the colors of them. They all look super clean. BMW M3 wagon from HW Modified, new for 2024 casting. And this M3 wagon is a nice metallic blue with the, look at all the BMW logoing and stuff on the side of it. These white mesh wheels look so good with it. Really blends in nicely. Look at the nice graphics on that front hood, the Goodyear sponsored logo. It's a nice little racing wagon right there. The M logo right there on the side. The rear, there's not much stamping, just that single exhaust on there. Overall, really cool looking new casting. I can't wait to see what new color is going to come out with for this one. Ford F-150 Lightning Custom from HW Greenspeed. And look at this black recolor of this casting. I really wasn't a fan of this casting when it first came out. Maybe it was the color, but I think in this black with those blacked out wheels, the white lip on them, the F-150 Lightning right there looks super cool. And I like how that lip blends in on the front end of this one. Like I said, wasn't a fan of this one before, but I really like this recolor. I think they've done a great job on this one. Kind of makes me actually like this casting now. But what do you guys think of this recolor of the Lightning Custom? El Segundo Coupe from HW Turbo. And this is an interesting fantasy casting. Kind of reminds me of like a Dodge Viper mixed with a Cobra and like modernized, maybe even a little bit of Corvette in there as well. We got the number 68 on there, the year that Hot Wheels started. Got the nice gold chrome wheels on there. Look at that like back meshing on the window, the nice big lip spoiler on there. Overall, for a fantasy casting, I actually do enjoy this one. Honda Civic Si from HWJ Imports. And this is a recent recolor of this one. We got the nice white, it's kind of like a pearlescent white as well. Gold wheels on here look really good. I love that kind of carbon fiber imitation front hood on there. Great tampo work for those lights on the front end. We got a red interior on this one. There's the sunroof on the top, custom spoiler on the back end of that one. There's your stamping for the rear lights as well. Great detail on this one. This one actually, for a Civic, you guys know I don't like Civics much in real life, but for Hot Wheels formations, this one looks really good. Hi Rohada Merc from Rod Squad, new for 2024 casting. And this one, I don't know what the history of this car is in real life, but this one, definitely a custom looking Mercury from back in maybe like the 40s era or so. Look at the kind of like big bubble fenders on there, the bubble front end on this one. Really classic styling from the side, that two-tone paint job on there. The white wall tires on there, the hidden ones on the back look pretty cool. Chrome bumper, of course, popular back in the day. Chrome bumper on that front end as well. Overall, really cool profile to this car. I'm not a big fan of these 40s and 50s cars, but I gotta give some respect to this one. It looks really nice. Dragon Wagon from HW Ride-On's Treasure Hunt. And just to confirm it is a treasure hunt, there is your treasure hunt logo right there on the packaging. And here is the car itself, Dragon Wagon. I mean, it's basically a wagon that has a big motor on the back of it, the handlebars on the front right there. If you have a Lego guy, you can actually fit a Lego guy in here and play with it, which is super cool. But overall, just a really interesting casting. I can't say that I really like this one, but I mean, as a treasure hunt, it's kind of cool. We do have the treasure hunt logo just right there on the side, so don't miss that. But there you go. Audi 90 Quattro from HW Turbo. Check this car out. Really cool design on this one. The Audi Sport on the side. This is the mainline variation of what would be a super treasure hunt for 2024, but this car looks really good. I love all the kind of artwork on here, the racing livery on here, the Audi Sport 24 right there. These wheels I think suit it perfectly. The nice big spoiler on the back. It's like a double spoiler. It's got like kind of like a inlet right there on there. The roll cage on the inside. Just a really cool casting. Lots of really different cool Audi castings that have been released for the Hot Wheels lineup recently, but I can't deny this is probably my favorite one. Jaguar MK1 from HW Race Day, new for 2024 casting. And check this one out right here. Interesting color on this one, kind of a modern day color to mix with an older style car. We've got the buy one on the front. I'm not really sure exactly what that's supposed to mean. Good detail for the front grille and lights and stuff. The number 12 on the side, again, I don't know the significance of that. Blacked out wheels, chrome lip on here, chrome on the back of it. Overall, for a new casting, pretty neat. Not really my style of older car casting, but still, it's a pretty nice, well done one. Mazda AutoZam from HW Dream Garage. And this is a recolor of the new for 2024 casting. This time it's in like a matte grayish blue color. Very interesting color on this one. We saw it first in that kind of off-white color. Just a really, really cool casting though. I actually really enjoy this one. It's got like the biggest wheel tire combination that I've seen on a mainline Hot Wheels before. Crazy. I call it the jacked up Mighty K. That looks like the Mighty K car, but like basically has like this whole jacked up suspension on here. Really interesting casting. Like I said, I really like it. I enjoy something different like this. So super nice to get a recolor of it. HW Braille Racer Twin Mill from HW Celebration Racers. And just to note, we do have the Braille on the packaging, which is neat that they've integrated that. And then we have the Braille on the side, on the top, on this side, and also on the bottom. I can't remember exactly what it spells out, but it does say something. But really nice how they've integrated the Braille cars in here. This one is a recolor. It is green, nice matte finish green on this one. There's your twin engines on here. These wheels look pretty sweet on here as well. Overall, it's a really nice looking car. I love this color. I'd like to see this color actually on some more cars. Really, really well done color. Rapid Pulse from HW First Response, new for 2024 casting. And there we have the Rapid Pulse, and it looks like a futuristic ambulance. I don't know if that's exactly what it's supposed to be. It is after a Netflix series show though. We do have like the cool giant spoiler on here, which looks like it has solar panel roofing on there. There's your lights right there, big bubble on here. Kind of reminds me of like a Jetsons car, but kind of interesting. Center seat position on here. It looks like we've got like all the equipment in the back and all that. Not really my thing of a casting, but I don't know. You guys let me know what you think of this one. Fiat 500e from Compact Kings. We've seen this casting many times before. This is a blue recolor of it. We've got the chrome red wheels on there, kind of mesh style wheels, the number 5 on the side of it. Hot Wheels logo right there as well. Interesting for your front end, very clean looking, clean from the top. You don't see any graphics or anything, just nice stamping for the lights right there. The back, nothing on there as well though. But overall, what do you guys think of the Fiat 500e recolor? 72 Stingray convertible from Factory Fresh. And yes, it doesn't specify that it is a Corvette, but it is a Corvette, of course. Chrome interior on here, red. This is a recolor. We've seen this one and a few other colors already. We got the open front pop-up lights, and then the interesting thing about this casting, if you shine a flashlight just right through here, you can actually have the lights light up, which is kind of cool. So it's an interesting touch to this casting. Stingray, it says on the side. Great graphics and everything. Overall, this one is very, very well done, and I was a big fan of this car when it came out new for last year. Minecart from HW Screen Time with an error on it. And here is our Minecart casting, and it does have a little bit of an error on this car. If we look right here, we've got this kind of weird like plastic that comes up that it wasn't properly done at the factory. I mean, I could probably pull it off, but we'll just leave it on there. It's kind of cool. Minecart car though, not really my thing. I'm not a big minecart player or anything like that, but I mean, they did this one in the Hot Wheels formation. 15 years, I guess, that the Minecraft game has been around. So interesting design car for a Hot Wheels lineup. I don't know. What do you guys think of the Minecart? 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor from HW Hot Trucks. And this one with the HKS livery on here. We saw this one released recently with the HKS livery, but it was a darker color. It was a more of a black color, but I really, really like this color on here. It looks really, really good. Metallic on there. The HKS graphics, I've always been a fan of. I love all the HKS cars that Hot Wheels has released. Nice off-road wheel tire combination on there, blacked out with the chrome lip on there. Pretty clean on the rear end. Overall, really cool casting. I hope we have Ranger Raptors here really soon. I think they're super, super cool. Volkswagen T2 pickup from HW Hot Trucks. And this casting has been around for quite some time, and we've got more and more recolors of it. You can see the nice titanium chrome engine on the back right there, and kind of a titanium chrome right here. And this color, which again been so popular with the new age of 2023, 2024. We've seen so many cars with this style of color. We've got the writing on the side, kind of in German, I guess you would say, the Volkswagen logo on the side. These wheels, I feel like they fit for a Volkswagen. Not much detail right there on the front. I'm not a huge fan of this casting, but you guys tell me what you think of it. 55 Chevy Bel Air Gasser from HW Reverse Rake. And we saw this same car with these graphics released recently in a different color, and we've got it already recolored on here. Hot Wheels logo on the top, some interesting graphics on the top right there. The open front engine right there, all in chrome, the jacked up front end. That's your gasser style car right there. Nice color on this one. Look at that logo on the back, the collector on the side. I don't really know what the significance of this logoing is. If you guys do know, let me know in the comment section down below. But I've always been a fan of the Bel Air gassers. I think it's an interesting casting, pretty cool looking in this color style as well. 70 Plymouth Barracuda from HW Roadsters. It's kind of interesting that they call this one a Roadster. It's more of a convertible, definitely. You can see it's got these mesh wheels on here. Interesting graphics on the side. Mopar, it says the Hot Wheels logo right there. Look at the graphics on the front end as well. And I love these Cudas. I love this front cowl hood right here that they have. I've always been a big fan of this era of Cudas right here. The Hemi Cuda is probably one of my favorite muscle cars of all time, but just really, really cool looking Roadster style. They call it the convertible Barracuda. 68 Dodge Dart from Muscle Mania. This casting also been around for quite some time. We got this one in a white with the red striping on the top, the nice big hood right there, Mopar logo just right there on the front end, chrome grille looking really aggressive on there, Ram Chargers it says on the side, nice staggered wheel lineup combination, Dodge on the back end, pretty clean on the back, nothing much right there, chrome base on this one, pretty interesting looking for a Dodge. Humvee from HW First Response. And we've seen this casting around for a long time. Lots of different recolors of this one. I feel like this casting needs to be redone though. This Hummer is very tiny in scale. I feel like it's not a true 1 in 64 scale. This is more like probably like a 1 in 70 scale or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but it's small for a Hummer compared to all the other Hot Wheels formats. Tactical responses on the side. It actually doesn't look too bad when you look at it besides the small scaling of it. But otherwise, it's an interesting casting to see new colors of it come out, and it's been around for so long. 52 Chevy from HW Hot Trucks. Nice new recolor of this one. It says Hot Wheels on the side of it. Look at these nice white wall wheel tire combination on here. It's kind of a pearlish white with some interesting color graphics on there. I feel like these wheels suit it pretty nicely. They look pretty good. Big chrome grille on the front end of it. No stamping for the front lights or anything, and the rear, they've left it just all for that side graphics and all. Overall, for a 52 Chevy, it looks pretty neat in this colorway. McLaren Solus GT from HW Modified in this new orange recolor. '57 Jeep FC from HW Hot Trucks in this interesting new matte red recolor. Glory Chaser from HW Dream Garage in a chalk gray with some chrome colored wheels on it. '76 Greenwood Corvette from HW Modified in a new gray recolor. We've gotten so many recolors of this, but I actually like this one. Mazda RX-3 from HWJ Imports, new for 2024 casting. Check it out, all tuned out. Corvette C6 from HW Roadsters in this yellow color with the yellow mesh wheels to go. GMC Hummer EV from HW Greenspeed in a crazy metallic purple color. '64 Chevy Chevelle SS from Muscle Mania in a nice gloss red. King Kuda from HW Art Cars with the King of Hearts on the side and the Ace of Hearts on the top. Purple Passion from HW Art Cars Treasure Hunt, and we can see the little Treasure Hunt logo just right on that front fender right there to confirm it's an actual treasure hunt. Volvo P1800 Gasser from HW Reverse Rake, and this is the mainline variation of what would be a super treasure hunt for the 2024 Hot Wheels H case. Porsche 904 Carrera GTS from HW Exotics, new for 2024 casting. HW Ultimate T-Rex Transporter from HW Screen Time in a new red recolor. '07 Chevy Tahoe from HW First Response in a new white recolor. Group C Fantasy from HW Race Day with some interesting throwback wheels. Wheelie Chair from HW Extreme Sports in a new black and gold recolor. Road Bandit from HW First Response in a chrome and green recolor. West Coast Flyer from HW Fast Transit in a glow-in-the-dark recolor. Batman Arkham Knight Batmobile from the Batman series in a new black with some green lightning stripes on the top. '15 Mazda MX-5 Miata from HWJ Imports in a nice new orange recolor. '87 Dodge D100 from HW Reverse Rake in a nice 80s style recolor, very fitting. '63 Studebaker Champ from HW Hot Trucks in a new metallic maroon recolor. Donut Drifter from Fast Foodie in a new donut flavored recolor. Bulldozer from HW Metro in a very glossy metallic green recolor. HotWheeler from HW Megabyte in a new red recolor. Mitsubishi Pajero Evolution from HWJ Imports. And this one's in kind of like a burnt orange color with the white wheels on there. I really like that. This is actually the mainline variation of the Super Treasure Hunt. So if you find the Super Treasure Hunt one, it'll look a little bit different, but similar and basically the same model as this one, but just a the Super Treasure Hunt variation. But this one, we have the spare wheel tire on the back of it, the Rally Art graphics on the side of it. Overall, it's a pretty good looking little SUV. Mad Mike's Drift Attack from HW Modified. This is a new color variation in the nice matte blue. Looks really, really good. These wheels and tire, they're different on the front and back. Cool little graphics. You can kind of see the Mad Mike's logo on the front end right there, blacked out front lights on there, and then that big rear wing sticking out very, very nicely. There's the bottom for it for you, but overall, it's a pretty decent looking new color variation. Custom 68 Camaro from HW Modified. And this is probably our third or fourth color variation of this one, and I really like this casting. I think it looks totally cool with the modified engine, and it's got like that titanium chrome color, which they've carried over from all the different casting color variations of this one. We've got these weird kind of wings on the back, which look pretty cool. The little 68 on the top right there, you have Hot Wheels on there. I like the wheel combination on it as well, and there's the bottom for it for you, but overall a great looking new recolor. Honda Super Cub Custom from HW Metro Treasure Hunt. If we look at the inside of the packaging, you can see that Treasure Hunt logo just right there in the middle. And then if we look at the car itself, or the HW Super Cub, we can see the Treasure Hunt logo just right there on the back end, on that little like carrier piece that it's carrying right there. This one's in a nice metallic gray color for it. You can see the tires on there, the nice thick kind of motorbike tires, and it will stand up. It's got a little kickstand right there, so if you want to rest it somewhere and make it stand up, I mean, I can't really stand it on my hand, but you get the idea. It does stand up, and there's your Treasure Hunt logo on both sides of it, so you're not mistaken that it is an actual treasure hunt. Mercedes-Benz Unimog 1300L from HW Drift. This is an interesting new green recolor of it. It's got the mudded out wheel tire combination on there. If you look at all the sponsorships on the side right there, we've seen many different recolors of this one, but hey, this new green one, it's not too bad. 95 Mazda RX-7 from HWJ Imports. This one got a Project U on the side of it, and I know it means something specific. I can't remember the exact meaning, but comment down below and let me know. It is all white on the top right there, all white on the front. You can see it's got the pop-up headlights that are down, of course, and on the side you can see the Project U on that side. These wheels, I don't really like that much. They're not my big thing, but the back end has some great detail on there for the rear tampos and the little Mazda logo right there, the spoiler on the back. Overall, not too bad of a car. Pagani Zonda R from HW Race Day. I'm a big fan of this casting. I love the Pagani in real life, and yellow, of course, being my favorite color. Gotta love this new recolor of it. We've seen, I think we're at like maybe 3 or 4 different recolors of this one, but this is the most vibrant color of all. That big yellow on there, Pagani written on the back of it. I love the diffuser and all that on there. Look at that back diffuser right there. It looks so good. Just an overall fantastic looking car, and I'm loving this new recolor of it. 2010 Camaro SS from HW First Response. And this one in white, and it's got Response team written on the side of it. Got the light bar on the top. Hot Wheels response team written on the front end right there with some orange and black graphics. Interesting color choice. We do have the push bar on the front end right there. Blacked out wheels on this one. No tempo work on the back. They've saved it for that side and the top, that little pinstriping that goes around. But what do you guys think of this one? DeLorean Alpha 5 from HW Greenspeed. And this one we saw originally, I think it was in a white color, if I'm not mistaken. And now we've got this kind of burnt orange color for it. I really like the look of this DeLorean. The model looks really, really cool. And then of course it has the gull-wing style doors in real life. And this is an all EV electric car in real life. And hopefully it comes out soon in real life. I'd love to see one in person, but nonetheless, we are getting different color variations in the Hot Wheels format. There's your bottom of it as well. But what do you guys think of this new burnt orange recolor? Duck and Roll from Hot Wheels Let's Race. Duck and Roll has always been a really fun casting to see. You can see, look at the front glasses on the duck right there, and it looks like a little duck from your bathtub that you put in there, and it's got the little engine on the back sticking out. And the interesting thing about this one, it is glow in the dark. So what do you say we test out and see what it looks like with all of our lights off? Let's go here. 1, 2, 3. And well, there it is. It honestly does not glow as well as I thought, but hey, nonetheless, it's a cool looking casting. McLaren P1 from Quarter Mile Heroes. And for those that have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I love the McLaren P1, especially the Hot Wheels variation with the race mode and that spoiler sticking up. And check out this amazing new blue color of it. This light blue looks fantastic. Just a really, really cool new recolor. We've gotten many, many different recolors. I think we're probably somewhere around 15 different recolors of the McLaren P1. But hey, I'm not going to complain. I love every new one that comes out. Love to see even more recolors of this McLaren P1. What do you guys think of this new light blue color variation? Birthday Burner from HW Celebration Racers, new for 2024 casting. And check this one out. It is literally a birthday cake. It's literally a slice of cake. I'm not really sure. Sometimes these do different things. I don't really know what this is supposed to do. It's got this thing on the back right here, which I guess, I don't know, is it like part of the fork of some sort? You can see the fork front sticking out of it, the engine, of course, built into it, and then it looks like it's sitting on some sort of plate. I really don't know what to say about this one. It's definitely funny looking. I don't know if we roll it, if it does anything. It doesn't look like anything really moves when we roll it, but hey, it's definitely different. It's definitely interesting, and it's definitely gonna have a fan following, but honestly, just really not for me. Speed Bump from HW Art Cars. And if you play with Hot Wheels monster trucks, this is definitely the car to put in the middle to have your monster trucks drive over. As you can see, it looks like it's all crushed up. Even the back, that is just really, really neat. Interesting that they've done a casting that is all crushed. Look at that from the front end right there. Look at that front, the top right there, the roof line just caved right in. It's just a very, very interesting, unique look. This is part of the Art Car series. Got the T on the top of it right there. You can see that big dent on the rear right there as well. And there's the bottom in yellow, but just what an interesting casting. I love to see all the different colors that they come out with for this car. 70 Dodge Charger from Tuned. And yes, this is Dom's Charger, but the tuned out variation, and we have gotten a black one before, but this one is slightly different. It's got that colored stripe around the rear. But other than that, to my eyes, it looks pretty identical all around. And it's just a fun little casting to collect, and if you have the Supra to go with it, it looks really neat side by side. These tuned out cars, though, I think they're looking better and better, and they're doing a more interesting look on all of these ones. What do you guys think of the new recolor of the Charger? 1966 Triumph Tiger 100 from Factory Fresh, new for 2024 casting. And check out this Triumph Tiger with the guy on there all bent down. Looks like he's going really fast. Got the 79 on the side of it. I don't know what the significance of the number 79 would be. It's not the year of Hot Wheels. It's not the year this came out, but just a really, really cool looking casting right here. I love these motorbikes with the guy on them. I think it looks a lot more interesting, a lot more realistic. You can see it's even got the little pin screw right there to take the casting apart. So if someone did modifications to it, I wonder what they could do with that by taking it apart from there. You can see it splits down the middle. Overall, it's a really fun casting, and I'm happy to see this new one. Dessert Drifter from Fast Foodie. New color variation of Dessert Drifter. You can see it's some sort of jello dessert, and then it's got this like, well, it looks like grape right there on the flavor for this jello, but this is some sort of icing on the top of it, which mixes in with the spoiler. Massive rear wheels on there, the small ones at the front. This type of casting, again, it's something that people will like and collect, but it's just really not my style. 69 Mercury Cougar Eliminator from Muscle Mania. And this casting is super cool, and I think it's a little underestimated for this one right here, or underrated, I should say. Look at that chrome bumper on there, that intake on the front. This kind of tealish color looks really, really good on there. The blacked out wheels, the striping on the side of it. Even look at the spoiler on the back, that big chrome on there, all chrome underneath. Just an overall, it's a really, really cool looking car, and I'm super happy with this new recolor of it. Later Crater from HW Reverse Rake, new for 2024 casting. I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be. Later Crater, so it's some sort of off-road vehicle. I'm thinking it's some sort of like moon car. That's kind of what it looks like. You can see the gray wheels on here. You can see that kind of interesting color. It's all plastic body. It's got the number 57 on there. Air intake on the top of it. Metal base though, which is kind of interesting to see. We don't see metal bases too often. Look at that rear spoiler that kind of comes up. I don't know, it's just kind of bland for me. It's kind of a boring new fantasy casting in my opinion. Proper Chopper from HW Metro. And this one, again, with the number 68 on the side of it right there. We got the blue on the back, the blue on the base, all plastic base right there. And then, of course, we've got that propeller up there, which does turn. And if you like helicopters, this is definitely one to put into your collection from Hot Wheels. But in my opinion, I think these could go into another line. I'm not a huge fan of seeing helicopters in a Hot Wheels format. Mailed It from HW Art Cars, new for 2024 casting. And this one looks like some sort of hot rodded out mail truck. You can see the big rear tires on there, and then you can see a little dog on there with mail in his mouth. HWPS, so Hot Wheels Postal Service, I'm guessing is what that stands for. It's an art car, so we do have the letter on the top, looks like a Y on that way right there. And on the front end, you can see the big jacked up engine on this one right here. And then we got the wheelie bar on the rear end of this one, a little lip kind of style spoilers just on the side. There's the bottom base for it. It's an overall, it's kind of a cool car, just really not for me. Mod Rod from HW Art Cars. New color variation of Mod Rod. I would call this one like the new Bone Shaker. That's what I like to call this car. It's an interesting casting. I really do like it, but in this color variation, really not my thing. I know it's an art cars, so it's got to have all the funky colors and stuff like that. We do have the letter C on the top, chrome engine on there, but overall, I think this one needs to be just in a darker color. It looks better in the darker colors, but for an art cars, there you go. Total Disposal from HW Metro. This is a new recolor of Total Disposal. We got the blacked out wheels with the colored lip on there. It says recycling on this one. Stay clean. And it's an interesting kind of way to put it, but there we go. We got the back end right there. This doesn't go up and down or move or anything like that, but we got the metal base on here, which again, we don't see metal bases too often on castings. All plastic body though on this one. I think it's a cool little tuned out little like recycling / garbage truck, and I think it's pretty neat of a little casting. Baja Bison T5 from HW First Response. And we've seen this one in several different colors, and now we've got this new recolor of it. Kind of looks like a fire truck. I guess it would be the fire truck variation of it. Hot Wheels in the black logo with the white text on there. First response written on there. We got the spare wheel tire combination on the back. All the different things for this one being a response vehicle. I don't really know about this casting. I think it deserves a place in the Hot Wheels lineup, but it's not really one that I'm going to continue to collect. 96 Porsche Carrera from HW the 90s. This is an excellent blue recolor with the gold mesh wheels on there, looking so good. I like all the graphics on there. I feel like it suits it for a 90s themed car, obviously a Carrera from the 90s, but just an excellent looking color all around. Very nice. I'm very happy with this one. Rink Racer from HW Ride-Ons, new for 2024 casting. And if you're familiar with the Zamboni, which cleans the ice on ice rinks, then this is the Hot Wheels variation of that one right there. So you can see this one is more of like a racer. Look at the big, massive diffuser on the back of it. That is absolutely crazy. We got this handle on here, like some sort of intakes. The color metallic blue looks really good. The wheels, I think, suit it very nicely. And yeah, it doesn't really look crazy from the front with this big plastic blob on there, but other than that, still overall a cool looking new casting. 90 Acura NSX from HW the 90s. And this has to be one of the most recolored castings of all time. We've gotten many different recolors, but hey, I'm not going to complain. The NSX is a really nice car. This one in yellow, especially with those chrome wheels, suits it for a 90s, because 90s was really into those big chrome wheels on there. We got that raised kind of rear NSX-R type spoiler, big diffuser on there, but very clean overall on the side. Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR LBWK from the Then and Now series. And this one in kind of like that chalk color to it. And it's obviously being a Liberty Walk. It has the wide body, so you see those wide fenders on there. Clean, nice on the top, glossy paint job on there. And from the side, we have those nice graphics, the Liberty Walk written right there on the rear end. Pretty, nothing crazy on the rear end. I mean, it just has those little cutouts for the lights right there. From the front end, you can see nice looking headlights on there. Overall, it's not really my style of car. It doesn't really look too crazy being a Liberty Walk car, being an older one, but still pretty good collectible. 2020 Koenigsegg Jesko from HW Exotics. And check out the color on that. That is a really cool looking metallic purplish paint job on there. Blacked out wheels. These ones look like similar to like the Faster Than Ever wheels, but just a very nice paint job on there. The Jesko, you can see it, all of those nice graphics that go through the top right there. The side, super clean metallic paint job. There is that attack format spoiler for this one right here. Look at that big rear exhaust on it as well. Just an overall a great new recolor. This is probably our 5th or so recolor of the Koenigsegg Jesko, and hey, I'm not complaining. It's a great looking casting. Shelby Cobra 427 SC from HW Rolling Metal. And this is an interesting series because to me, it looks like a Zamac car, and they don't call it a Zamac, but they come out with a series called Rolling Metal. So I'm wondering if they're trying to please the international crowd, because internationally, outside of the US, they don't really get a lot of these Zamac cars. So this might be just a series for kind of the non-called Zamacs, but I think it's pretty cool. I really like this casting. The Cobra is a really nice one. Wheels look good, the striping looks good on there. They don't have the opening hood on this one, which the older Cobras did have the opening hood, but hey, nonetheless, I'm not going to complain. It looks like a good looking car, and I'm liking this new series for it. 92 Ford Mustang from HW the 90s. A nice high gloss red color for this Mustang right there. You can see that nice pinstriping that's kind of highlighted on the side. These wheels, I think they suit it for that 90s car. Got that cowl hood on there, the classic Mustang front lights on it as well. Very clean overall from the top end look. It's not too bad. I mean, this era of Mustang was very popular in the 90s, and we've seen several recolors of this one, but I think it's pretty nice. I do like this car. Porsche 911 Turbo 3.6 964 from the Tunes series. And you can see this one we've gotten recolored already. We had it originally, I think, in a black, and this one is in a metallic dark gray. You can even see there's a slight little bit of an error on the top paint job right there. It's got some sort of dot on there. You can feel it. So looks like the paint kind of blobbed on it. But hey, nonetheless, overall for a recolor, it's okay. I would have liked to see maybe a brighter recolor, maybe in a yellow or a blue or something. This color I think is just too similar to the original one, but the casting itself I think is really nice. I really like this casting. I would like to see it in more colors. They've done a great job at the new tuned series cars. Bugatti Bolide from HW Exotics. And this is our first recolor of the Bugatti Bolide. We've got it in kind of like it's an off yellow color, but it's still kind of yellow. It's like a golden yellow. It's kind of interesting. I do like it. I like that highlighting on that rear right there. And then on the front end, you can see those cross X's for the headlights right there. Super aggressive car. Just a really, really cool one. And I'm kind of disappointed that this is only our first recolor of this car, because this casting, it came out last year, and usually we would get several recolors by now, but this is our first one. But hey, excited to finally get the recolor. Let's have a look at the original color for it. So originally we had it in the black and the blue right there. So as a comparison, you can see the new recolor of it, but I'm super happy with it. I love this casting. Hey, and I'm dropping my old one here, but the Bugatti Bolide is just such a cool exotic car, and I'm very, very happy we're finally getting recolors, and I'd love to see this one in a premium casting too. Land Rover Series 2 from HW Hot Trucks. And this is a really neat casting with the surfboard on there, and then that front windshield that's folded down with the spare tire right there. You can see that one. This is, I believe it might be our first or second recolor of it. It's an interesting casting to say the least. And one thing I'm kind of disappointed about is I wish this windshield would flip up and down. I don't think it would have been too hard to do that, but just for a basic mainline casting, I guess they didn't want to spend the money to do that, but nonetheless still looks really neat. This would be a great beach vehicle in real life. What do you guys think of this one? Lamborghini Sesto Elemento from HW Exotics. And here it is, and you can see the first thing I do notice is another slight little error in the paint right there. We got a little bit of a paint chip right there on the back end of it. Nice glossy white color on this one. We got the nice color right at the front right there. Blacked out wheels on this one I think looks really good. Lamborghini logo up there in the front end. And I was looking back at my Lamborghini Sesto Elemento collection. I was thinking we've already seen a white one like this. So I was wondering why they released another one. Then I pulled out my Sesto Elemento, the original one that they released, and you can see this one's in a matte white color, and this one's in a glossy white color. So we do get two different variations of it, which is nice. And also the wheels on this one I think are just too busy. That's the original release of the white, and the new one that we just opened up, I like the blacked out wheels on here. I think it looks a lot better. So you guys let me know in the comment section which one you think looks better, but still two great looking Lamborghini Sesto Elementos. Bumblebee from HW Screen Time, new for 2024 casting. So yes, we have seen a Volkswagen Beetle before, but this is the Transformer Bumblebee variation of the Volkswagen Beetle. So of course, being in yellow, we do have the Transformers logo just right there on the front end of it. And it does look a little bit more customized, a little bit more raised out in the back right there. It's a very, very clean looking car though. Like the lines of it are cut very, very nicely on it. The wheels, I think they suit it. Not really my style of wheel, but still they suit the car nicely. Got that chrome base on there. Overall, it's a pretty nice looking Volkswagen Beetle. 73 Jeep J10 from HW Hot Trucks. And this one right here, for the third time today, we look like we have some more paint errors on there. We got some chips on the top right there. This one is in a gloss white color, the K&N logoing on the side of it, as well as that front hood right there. We got the push bar in the front with two little lights on the top right there. Got the spare tires on the back end right there. The wheels look pretty good for this. I think they suit it very, very nicely. So overall, it's not too bad of a car. I think they've done it nice in this color and the graphics. What do you guys think of this one? Track Dwagon from HW Track Champs, new for 2024 casting. And this car is part of that Netflix Hot Wheels Let's Race series. And this is a nice new for 2024 casting. So it's a wagon. It's meant to be a track star, and a dwagon is what they say. So a wagon and a dragon. So, I mean, it's not too bad of a car. It's kind of, I mean, it's a mixture of some mainline castings like maybe the Volvo Drift Wagon, different wheel tire combination, a lot of graphics on the side. I'll be honest, it's not really my thing. I'm not really a big fan of this new casting, but you guys let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this one. Bone Shaker from HW Track Champs Treasure Hunt. And we can see on the inside, there's your treasure hunt logo to confirm. And then we look on the side of our bone shaker, and just right there on the door, just above the 84, you can see that treasure hunt logo. If we look on this side as well, we can see it in that same spot on that side. So very, very nice. We got it in a matte white color. We got kind of like that nice like chrome, that like titanium chrome right there for it as well. The bone shaker is just such a classic casting. We've seen so many recolors. I mean, I have to say, I was saying that the NSX has been recolored the most. I think it's actually the bone shaker is probably got to be the most recolored casting of all time. But you guys let me know in the comment section down below, how do you think of this new treasure hunt bone shaker? Kowloon's Hypervan from HW Metro. And I'm sure I probably didn't pronounce that right, but I asked you guys in a previous video when I unboxed this from the case where this one came from. And a lot of you guys were saying it was from either China or Hong Kong that this car came from. So interesting that they have that. You can see it, to me, it looks like I thought it was like a Japanese logo on the front, but I guess I'm wrong on that one. But it is a bus. It is a new for 2024 casting, and it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting to see them come out with these like Metro vehicles from different areas around the world. I think it's really cool for the people in those areas to collect these ones. A lot of people here in North America probably don't understand it or don't get it or don't know what it is, but hey, they're just kind of making cars for everyone, and I really do appreciate that. Mazda 787B from HW Race Day. And this is the mainline variation of what would be the Super Treasure Hunt for the 2024 Hot Wheels K case, but this mainline variation looks really, really good. I like the colors on it, I like the different wheel combination right there. The big Mazda logo on the back right there looks really, really neat. Look at even on the front end, nice graphics, good race graphics on there. This is a really cool race car back in the day with the rotary engine on it. Sounded really cool in real life, and I'm on the hunt for the Super Treasure Hunt variation of it. I know a few other YouTubers have found it, and I'm kind of jealous. I want to get the Super Treasure Hunt of this because it's just such a cool looking car. Pontiac Aztec Custom from HW Modified. And I believe this is our first recolor of this casting. We got it a few cases ago. It's got the 68 on the side, the year of Hot Wheels. This is kind of like a burnt orange color on this one. Gold wheels on here. And I know a lot of people love to make fun of the Pontiac Aztec as being the ugliest car of all time ever released from a manufacturer. And hey, it's kind of like one of those things that are nostalgic, that now that you know it's kind of the ugliest car of all time, it's kind of starts to get cool again. And this one in the customized format, I think it's not too bad. It's kind of cool, but yeah, no, it's not really one that I'm gonna be excited for recolors or for collecting. Laying Lowrider from HW Reverse Rig. And this one's in a really cool looking matte copperish type color. Look at the graphics on there. The engine that moves on there, which is white. Does the engine move when it rolls? Sometimes they do. Yeah, it kind of does move a little bit. It doesn't have those little pieces though that hit the engine. Oh, maybe it does. Maybe it does. Yes, it does. So if we look in the bottom, okay, I'm mistaken. So it has those little, you can see those extra plastic pieces on the tires right there, which hit the engine. So the engine will move when it rolls around. So that's a really cool touch to that. Nice detail to it. Obviously being a low rider, it's got that raised front end, that's kind of lowered rear end right there. No graphics or anything on the rear end right there, just that graphics on the trunk, but very, very cool. It's a very interesting fantasy casting, and I do like it. Chrysler Pacifica from HW Vans. And this is a casting that I don't quite understand. I don't know why we need a Chrysler Pacifica in a Hot Wheels format, and they tried to make it cool by customizing it and raising it up and all of that, but I still don't see it. I think the Pontiac Aztec being just like the ugliest car of all time, but just a customized van, really, really not my thing. But hey, it might please some of you guys, so if you guys like the Chrysler Pacifica in a Hot Wheels format, you guys let me know in the comment section down below. 24/7 from HW Celebration Racers. And this is one car that I like to talk about because I like to say It is basically a Mazda RX-7 before Hot Wheels got the license to the actual Mazda RX-7, so it really looks like the mid-90s RX-7, but it's a little bit more customized. You can see that front lip on there, the nice intake right there. You can see all the graphics and stuff, the front intake on the hood. Even on the top, it's got some cool, like, kind of cutout right there. So I think it looks really cool. Big diffuser, spoiler, everything on the back right there. It's an interesting fantasy car, but I don't know. It's kind of weird to see it being released at the same time. Even in the same case, we did get a white Mazda RX-7, but I opened up in a previous video, and it looks very similar to this, but still, I like this one for a fantasy casting. Drag Tour from HW Metro. And kind of weird about this one, I noticed, if we look at the card itself, you can see it's got kind of like that gold chrome engine on there, but if we look at the actual car itself, it's just all in plastic, which is kind of interesting that they did that. We got the faster than ever wheels on there, really big on there. And just, I don't know, overall, it's kind of a weird looking casting. You guys comment down below what you guys think of this one. Rally Special from HW Dirt. This one in a nice red color on there. We got the gold chrome wheels on there, and this is kind of a fantasy off-road vehicle. It's kind of got all these weird diffusers on the back, the exhaust that comes out, nice looking like right here for the aerodynamics on there. Front end, we've got the lights that come up. It's kind of a weird looking fantasy casting, but it's not too bad. It's not the worst fantasy casting that I've ever seen, but I'm not like super excited to see new recolors of it. Batman, the animated series from the Batman series. And this one is in kind of a satin finish black right there. So you can see it's a little bit matte, but it does have a little bit of a kind of reflection on it. So nice satin finish. We got the blacked out wheels, the colored lip on there, and look at all the graphics on the top of that one. That is super interesting. The Hot Wheels logo right there on the rear end. Chrome engine on the inside. You can see all the cylinders that are sticking out from the top right there. It's a weird looking Batmobile, but if you're a Batmobile fan, you collect Hot Wheels Batmobiles, this is another one for your collection. 2020 Toyota Tacoma from HW Drift. This is a brand new recolor in this really cool looking light blue color, and it's got sort of a matte texture finish to it, so it's not glossy. It's like a satin finish to it, which I really think is cool. I really do like that. Look at the detail on that front end right there. From the side, we have the rigid written on the side Bilstein shocks right there. Nice Tampa work for those front lights as well. We got the mudded out tires on there as well. Tacoma written on the back of it. Nice black bed in there, sunroof on the top. Just an all-around great looking new Hot Wheels recolor. 2022 Ford Maverick Custom from HW Hot Trucks, new for 2024 casting. And this one is all lowered out, fully customized. Look at that titanium chrome on the back. Titanium chrome is in the interior as well, and on the front right there as well. Pretty cool looking truck, all lowered out. In real life, I'm not really a fan of the Maverick style trucks. I think they're just too small. I like the Rangers and the F-150s a little bit better. These wheels though, they're kind of weird looking, but I guess they do kind of suit the truck nicely. From the front end, you can see the nice stamping for those lights right there. And all around, I mean, I would probably say I'd give it a 7 out of 10 on this one. Volkswagen ID Buzz from HW Vans. And we saw this one originally released in a yellow, and now we've got it in this nice bright, vibrant orange color with the white that goes around right there. There's that front end right there. And this is, obviously, if you don't know, it's an electrified van, an EV van in real life. I mean, it's kind of a love it or hate it. Maybe not. I'm kind of in between. I don't really love it or hate it, but the chrome wheels on here look cool. The color is pretty cool. The van itself, I don't know how well it's going to do in real life as far as sales go, but it does make a good Hot Wheels car. 92 BMW M3 from HW the 90s. And this one is in like a mustard yellow color. Not really sure if I like it or not. I'm more of a fan of the brighter yellows, but this kind of off mustard yellow is not really my thing. It is metallic though, so it does look pretty cool in that sense. No detail on the front end. Look at that. That is pretty bad right there on that front end, but they've left all the stamping for the side. You can see that BMW M kind of coloring on the side. The wheels look pretty good on this one. On the back, no stamping at all either right there. And we do have the spoiler with paint on it, but it looks like we've got a little bit of an error on that paint right there. So overall, the car itself is cool. the execution of it in a mainline Hot Wheels, I would say not very good. Chevy Silverado from the Then and Now series. And this one I've been excited to open up. Check that out. The stance of this one all lowered out looks so good. The chrome all on the inside, the pinstriping on the side. I love these wheels all nice and big. Even this one like tucked in nicely right there. Chrome grille on the front end right there. Clean paint job all around. Just check that out. Just a great one to collect. I mean, there's been many color variations of this car, but I really, really like it. Every time they release a new one, I think it looks better and better. Formula E Gen 3 from HW Race Day. And this is a new for 2024 casting as well, the Formula E Gen 3 car. We can see that E written on the side right there. Really cool design. Look at the paint job, how it fades from the front in the middle and the back. So this is actually, I don't think it's paint, I think it's stamping that does that, but they've done a great job at it. I'd love to see more of these color fade paint jobs that they have right now. And we can see that nice aerodynamics on the front end. Wheels, I think, suit this very, very nicely. You can see that spoiler in the back end. And Formula E cars are just super, super fast, and they are the next generation of race cars. What do you guys think of this Formula E Gen 3 from Hot Wheels? Diora 2 from the Then and Now series. Shout out to my boy Drifter D. He loves the Diora 2. But this one, you can see the surfboards in the back, the nice engine on the back end right there with the chrome. That crazy looking spoiler right there looks really, really cool. Look at those wheels on there. On the front end, you can see the tinted windows. Just such a unique design on this one. I gotta like this one. And I remember way back on one of the Hot Wheels Legends tours, I saw one of these in real life. They made a real life variation made out of the fantasy car, but just a cool looking Hot Wheels car. I've always liked the Diora 2 as well. Pagani Utopia from HW Exotics, new for 2024 casting. And the Pagani Utopia is the replacement of the Pagani Huayra in real life. Really cool design that they've done on this one. Look at the front end, very Pagani-esque right there. No denying that it's a Pagani. From the side, it's more of a supercar, hypercar type of car, I feel, than the previous generations of Pagani. The way that it's laid out, the way that it's a little bit wider looking, the stance is just a little bit better. Just a really cool looking car. This color, though, is really not for me. Personally, I don't really like the color, but the casting itself, the design of the car, I think is really good. And I can't wait to see some future updates on this one from Hot Wheels, and possibly even in a premium. Car da Asada from Fast Foodie Treasure Hunt. And we can see that it's a treasure hunt. If we look right on the bottom, you can see the treasure hunt logo, and then we'll see it on the car once we open it up. And there it is. You can see the big white tires on there colored. You can see all the taco toppings and stuff. It's kind of like a taco itself. And if we look on the very top right here, you can see just right there is a treasure hunt logo. So we can confirm that it is a treasure hunt. And on the back, you can see that kind of engine spoiler type of thing mixed in right there. Just all around, just a crazy looking Hot Wheels fantasy car. I've always liked the car da Asada, and I think it's kind of cool as a treasure hunt. 77 Pontiac Firebird TA from Muscle Mania. And this is the mainline variation of what would be a super treasure hunt from the 2024 Hot Wheels L case, but this one as a mainline I think looks fantastic. Check out the bird on the front, the Trans Am logoing right there. Really, really cool. No detail as far as those lights go. We got lots of cool striping on the side. The Firebird logo just right there on that kind of roofline area. The T-tops on this car as well. These wheels and tire combination I think look really, really good, and there it is from that side. Chrome base on here, but all around I think it's still, as a mainline car, this is a really, really good design. I love this satin finish paint job on it too. Flippin' Fast from HW Celebration Racers. And if you're not familiar with the Flippin' Fast casting, you can see this one right here. You can turn it upside down and you can roll it whichever way you want to, so it kind of flips around. And then the guy on the inside, he can also flip around, although it's the same either way, so I'm not really sure what the point of that is, but kind of cool how they have this one right here. It's kind of a double car. You can see even the spoiler, like this is the right way for that spoiler, and then the bottom like lip one, then you turn it around and it looks like the spoiler from that one. So it's just an interesting design Hot Wheels fantasy casting. You guys let me know what you think of this one. 5 Alarm from HW Metro. Kind of odd to see a blue fire truck, but here we go. We've got one. We got the ladder that comes right up as well on this one, which is pretty neat. Chrome all on the bottom, then that light blue on the top, and that continues all the way around. We got the colored lip on the wheels, blacked out, of course. And then on the bottom, you can see it's all blacked out as well. But it's an interesting recolor for a fire truck. I'm not really sure what to think about it, although I do really like the color itself. I think the color itself is good on a lot of other cars. Not sure if it suits the fire truck though. 1970 Dodge Charger RT from HW Art Cars. And our art cars, of course, all have some crazy designs on them. You can see that one from the side looks really interesting with the big Dodge logo right there. On the top, we can see the I written on there. The front end, you can see that nice chrome engine sticking out and all the different design that it has continued. Charger down this side, so you can see it's got Dodge on that side, Charger on that side with the interesting wheel tire combination as far as colors go. It's interesting as an art car. I'm not really sure what to say about this one though. I mean, it's kind of weird looking design. I don't know, you guys let me know. Trouble Decker from HW Fast Transit. This is a new recolor of Trouble Decker. We got the orange on the top, the blue on the bottom. We're seeing a lot of orange and this blue with a lot of cars today. I don't know why. Maybe this case just has a specialty of those. But nonetheless, I think the two colors look good. And I mean, there they are mixed together. Kind of reminds me of the Golf livery colors. That's kind of like similar colors to it. This is always, I thought, it was an interesting design car, the Trouble Decker. It's kind of like a racing drag bus, and I mean, in the unofficial Golf livery. So there you go. 1994 Audi Avant RS2 from Factory Fresh. This is an interesting kind of a tealish green color on this one. It's got some metallic in it. It's very clean looking, so no extra striping or anything like that, but we have the nice stamping on the front end right there, the Audi logo on the front end. Looks kind of lowered a bit. I'm not really sure if that's supposed to be like that in real life or not. And on the back end, you can see that the stamping for the lights, the Audi logo. It's got some sort of little logo right there. I'm not too sure exactly what that's supposed to mean, but overall, I mean, I'm not really a huge fan of this type of car. I don't think we ever officially got them in North America either, but it doesn't look too bad. Ducati Desert X from HW Drift. And it's not often that you would see a desert or a rally Ducati, but this one is definitely it. Mostly Ducatis are like the street bikes, but this one's got that off-road mud style tire wheel combination on there. Ducati written on it. You can see the front end, very Ducati lights on this one. Overall, I mean, it's kind of cool. I do really kind of like it. I'm a Ducati fan. Not really much into the other style of motorbikes though, but still pretty neat. Mazda RX-7 from HW First Response. And this one's got the police on the side of it. I think it's probably a Japanese police car. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Very, very high gloss black on this one. Nothing much on the rear. Got that nice lip spoiler on here. Got the nice kind of goldish chrome wheels on there. It's got the pop-up headlights, but obviously they are not popped up. It's got a little bit of striping on the front there for the police, but overall I think it's a pretty cool looking recolor for this one. 67 Lotus Type 49 from HW Race Day. And this is a new for 2024 casting as well. It's got the number 5 written on the side of it. These wheels, I think, are very fitting for an older style race car right there. Got the guy on the inside of it. I don't know if this car is significant in history of any sort. I don't really know my history on these older style race cars or anything like that with the number 5 on there. Big exposed engine and white on the bottom, which is interesting color choice for this one. I guess the white continues because of the guy that's white on the inside right there, so it kind of continues that right through. I'm not really sure, but overall, I mean, not really my thing of a car. I'm not really sure what they're going to do with this one as far as recolors and stuff go, but there you are. Terra Tractal from HW Track Champs. And this is a track fantasy car with the big white wheels on there. Plastic body for this one. Interesting design on the rear with the points right there. I guess it's supposed to be some sort of weird off-road car, but I feel like this one would be really good down the track. I'm not sure why. I feel like the way that the big wheel tire combination, I feel like it rolls really well. It's going to be aerodynamic. We'll have to try it out and see how well it does. Grewmobile from HW Screen Time. And this is a Minions car, and we've got all these weird things on it. I don't even remember it in the Minions movie. I guess it's been a long time since I watched the Minions movie, so I'm not really sure if it's supposed to do anything. It's kind of a weird Hot Wheels car. I mean, here, you guys have a look around with it. You guys can probably tell me more about this than I can even tell you, but it's just weird looking. It's definitely not my style, not my thing at all. And I don't really know why it's in a Hot Wheels format. And I feel like this part up here, it kind of like feels like it moves and comes apart. Maybe it does come apart. Do you guys know? Can you guys tell me if this thing comes apart or if it's supposed to do something? I don't really know. Boom car from HW Ride-Ons. And this boom car, we got the big boom kind of cannon style thing on the back end, and it fits a little like a Lego guy really, really nicely. You can fit him right through, and then he can hang on to that little front right there. The handlebars, got the white tires on here. This is just a simple recolor, got the flames on it. Nothing too special on this one, but there is your boom car. Limited grip from Rod Squad. It's a cool color on this one, kind of a matte green color on this one. Lots of striping on there, colored wheels on here, and this is a fantasy truck, but they've done a pretty good job at it. You can see the exposed engine on it, the push bar on the front end, got the Hot Wheels written on the top right there with a little bit of a flag, and limited grip it says on the side of it. Overall, it's kind of a cool fantasy car, and I do kind of like it. And I feel like this color suits it very, very nicely. 92 Dodge Viper RT10 from HW Exotics. And this is the second color variation released of this one. We originally got it in a red color, and now we've got it in this really nice yellow color. It's a little bit like darker yellow. It's not like a super bright yellow, but it's a very nice one. I think it suits the car nicely. I love the 3-spoke wheels, just like the original Viper RT10 came out with. No stamping or anything on the rear. They've left the detail for that side, that Viper logo, and then that front end, those front headlights look really good. Quick Bite from Fast Foodie. And Quick Bite's got a written word right here, as you can see, and it uses the wheel. So it's got cookies written on the side of it, and then you can see it's got milk, so you can go milk and cookies right there. So interesting colorway that they've got on this one, and you can see on this side they've got the little person serving the milk and cookies, and it's a little food truck, of course, but it's a very interesting design. I've always liked the Quick Bite. I think it's kind of cool how all the different food trucks variations that they can come out with for this one. 23 Ram 1500 from Factory Fresh. And this is a new blue colored variation with some metallic in it. Got the Hot Wheels logo written on the back. We've got the closed up rear on there. We got the little bar on the top, Ram, it says on the back end. Nice big wheel tire combination. And then there's that aggressive Ram front end on there. Big sunroof on the top of it. Overall, it's got a really good stance. It's a really good looking vehicle. Toyota GR86 Cup from HWJ Imports, new for 2024 casting. And this one in a nice blue with the white interior, Hot Wheels logo written on the side of it, nice gray wheels on there with the number 70, the big Hot Wheels logo written on the front end of it as well. And this is a nice racing car, so it's got all the inside. It looks like it's got the roll bar on the inside as well. Big spoiler on the back, no stamping or anything on the back. They've saved it all for that side and the front end, but overall, it's a pretty neat looking new casting. Mustang Funny Car from HW Art Cars. And this is the newer variation of a funny car from Hot Wheels. And the newer variations don't have any opening parts or anything, so a little bit disappointing in that aspect. The color of this, not really my thing. I don't really like this. It's a very like off yellow, kind of pastelish type color, and it's got some interesting looking graphics on the side. I don't necessarily am opposed to those. I think it suits the art car well. It's got the V on the top for the art cars series, but overall, I mean, not really a big fan of this one. 94 Audi Avant RS2 from Factory Fresh. New color variation of this one looking super clean. It's got some nice metallic in there as well. The wheels, I think, suit the year and model of this car. Audi logo in that front end right there with the nice lights and all. From the side, super clean looking. The lights in the back right there. Overall, it's just a clean looking, nice new recolor of this Audi. 49 Drag Merc from HW Rolling Metal, which is kind of like the unofficial Zamac series from Hot Wheels for this year. Let's open it. And there we go. So you can see it totally looks like a Zamax series car. And this one, we've seen this casting before, but just a great looking colorway for this one. We got that nice exposed engine with that clear over top of it. On the back end, you can see it's got that wheelie bar right there. Nice looking wheel tire combination, the flame jobs on the side of it. I really do like this variation of it. Sushi Tuner from Fast Foodie, new for 2024 casting. And this one, obviously being a sushi tuner, it is supposed to be a sushi piece right here. So I believe that's like the rice on the top, and this is like that sashimi type of piece on the top end right there, like the weird fish that's all cut out. It's got the faster than ever wheels on there. We got the engine on the rear end. It's just an interesting casting. I don't even know what to say about this one, but it's definitely something unique that we haven't seen before, but it's part of that new food release series that Hot Wheels has been doing for the past few years here. 96 Nissan 180SX Type X from HW the 90s. And this is the mainline variation of what would be the Super Treasure Hunt for the 2024 Hot Wheels M case. This one in a nice light blue color, got the white wheels on there in mesh, which look really good. We got some Japanese writing on the side. You can see that body kit for it all the way around, chrome base on there. We got the nice exhaust right here on the side, the lights that are detailed on the back end. I think it's a great looking casting for a mainline. I really like this color variation of it. 99 Ford F-150 SVT Lightning from HW the 90s. And we've seen this casting many times before. Now we got a new color variation. We got something written on the side of it. It looks like it's got Souza Plumbing and Heating. So it's a plumbing and heating work truck, which is interesting to see. It's a nice like a grayish silver color, but it's got a layer of gloss on there. Nice detail on that front end right there for that Ford logo and the lights. All that detail on the side, the blacked out wheels with the chrome colored lip, and then pretty standard plain on the rear end for this one. But overall, pretty decent looking recolor of it. Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR LBWK from Tuned series, new for 2024 casting. Quite the combination on this one. Liberty walked out tuned Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR. What a casting to see as a tuned out variation. I'm really waiting for a Nissan Skyline R33 or R34 GTR in a tune variation. I think from Hot Wheels that would be a popular one. It would really boost the tune series. But this one in a Liberty Walk Skyline 2000 GTR, I think it looks pretty cool, and I do like that they've come out with this one. Look at even the front end light detail and that writing right up on the top right there, and just that wide body look to it. It is a pretty cool looking tunes car. Cadillac Project GTP Hypercar from HW Turbo. And this is a recolor of a new for 2024 casting. Nice looking metallic on there. Look at that sparkle right there in my lights. I like these gold mesh wheels. I think they look really cool. And just so many different cuts and angles of this GTP hypercar. I think it looks pretty neat. It's just a lot going on, but it's all made for those aerodynamics. And I'm really hoping to see this car released in real life. I think it would be a good addition to the American hypercars. I think it's a really cool looking one, and it would do pretty well. Revenger ST from HW Track Champs, new for 2024 casting. And this one in its first release is in an orange with kind of some black striping highlighting, faster than ever wheels on there. Kind of looks like a hot rodded out muscle car of some sort, even from that front end. Kind of a modern looking muscle car. Nice kind of chrome interior on there. We got the staggered setup on wheels, and I believe they're a matte finish on those wheels, which is interesting to see right there. And then on the bottom, we've got a gloss black base on here. Plastic all on the top, the metal base there. But this one's supposed to be for the track, so we'll have to put it down the track and see how well it does. 2016 Bugatti Chiron from Quarter Mile Heroes. Always good to see new recolors of a Hot Wheels Bugatti. This one in a really nice looking red color. It's got some metallic to it as well. We've got the pin striping highlighted in black for that kind of horseshoe style right there. But the front end, you can see that Bugatti logo. No details for the front lights, which is interesting. So they're not painted on the front lights. I'd have to go back to my other mainline castings and see if they painted those front lights. I can't remember if they did or not. I know they did on the more premium ones, but the color itself, I think it's a great looking recolor. I really do like it. I thought it would be a little bit darker of a candy apple style red, but I think this is a perfect color red. And this is the now 9th color variation of this Bugatti Chiron casting from Hot Wheels. 73 Honda Civic Custom from Compact Kings. A really nice color variation on this one right here. Look at that, it's a really good greenish blue color with metallic in there. It really looks good. I like these white wheels on here. Honda logo on the side, 73 right there. You can see that front lip on there. No details for the headlights though, but lots of good stamping all around on this one, as you can see. Great looking car overall. You guys know I'm not a big Civic fan, but I do like this color variation on this one. Corvette Stingray from HW Dream Garage. We've got many different recolors of the Corvette Stingray. This one in a nice looking color on there. We can see the wheels that are staggered right there, the metal base with the plastic body on there. Not my favorite recolor in recent time, but you guys know I really like Corvettes. Just a great looking casting, and I would have liked to see maybe a metal top with the plastic base instead, but nonetheless, it's a great looking car. 2015 Jaguar F-Type Project 7 from HW Roadsters. And for me, I do not like this color at all. Really not my style of color. Mesh wheels on here. The casting itself, though, I think it's pretty cool. I do really like this casting. We've seen many different recolors of it. Most of them have that circle around the door for the Project 7 circle right there. But nonetheless, this colorway variation just does not do the car justice. I feel like it just deserves something better, but hey, you know what, you can't like them all, and you know what, if you're a collector of this casting, you're probably still gonna buy it anyways. 67 Ford GT40 Mark IV from the Then and Now series. And for a Then and Now series, this would be the then variation of this casting right here. Really like these black wheels with the colored lip on there. All the graphics on the side look pretty neat. Graphics on the top right there. We even got that bubble cutout for the helmet for the driver on there. Nice touch to the casting. There's that front end detail, the number 27 on there. Got some graphics on here. It even says HW Graphics on there, so that's interesting. You can see that side right there. And then the rear end, you can see we got the white base on this casting, but I don't know. It's tough to say if I like this one or not. I like the metallic paint on there, but this style of GT40 was really not my favorite. 91 GMC Cyclone from HW the 90s. Very 90s color variation. Reminds me of the show Saved by the Bell, where they have the opening scene with all the colors and graphics on there. Really looks like that. I really like this casting as well. It's just a really cool looking truck. This one in the white color release. You can see it's very all clean white from the top look, and then you see the side, you see all those graphics, the white wheels. These wheels look really good on it as well. I just really like those graphics on the side. Good detail on the rear end with the Cyclone logoing GMC right there. So just a very cool looking recolor of this GMC Cyclone. Hiro Hata Merc from Rod Squad. And this is a recolor of a new for 2024 casting. This one in a nice metallic green color. Two-tone as well. We got those nice white-walled wheel tire combination right there. You can see that classic front end look of this one. And I know there's some history of this car in real life, which I'm not 100% sure of. So if you guys know it, you can comment down below, let me know. But it's a pretty cool looking old Merc. Diora 3 from the Then and Now series. And this one is in a kind of a pearlish white color. We got the bike on the back right there in blue, and then we have the surfboard as well sticking up. Actually, there's two surfboards. You can see them side by side right there. You can see on the side the graphics that it has right there, and then we have the open top on the front, and open top obviously for the whole thing as well. It's an interesting looking casting. I prefer the Diora 2 casting to the 3. I don't really like this open top variation. The Diora 2 is just a classic one. Shout out to my boy Drifter D on Diora 2, and I'm not sure what he thinks. I mean, I'd like to know what he thinks of the Diora 3 casting as well. 57 Chevy from HW Art Cars. And for an Art Cars, we've got all the different writing and graphics on the side, and see how many words you can see spelled out on this one. So I can see Chevy, I can see Bel Air. We'll go around to the top right there and see what other letters and stuff. If you comment down below which other words and stuff you can see written on that Chevy right there. Have a close look if you can see. And then on this side as well, what other words do you see written on there for the 57 Chevy art cars? Just a super cool, interesting casting. Even that back right there has some stuff written on it. What do you guys think of this one in the art cars series? Ford Performance Supervan 4 from HW Green Speed. Not my favorite casting. We got a new recolor of it right here, and you can see it's got the vents and stuff that come out for the backs for the aerodynamics, right? You can see how you can see right through. It's kind of interesting to see that. Wheels, I don't think they suit the car very well in my opinion, and I don't know. I mean, overall, I just really don't like this casting. I mean, I know it's part of the future of EVs and all that, but for a work van and for the kind of the look of it's just really not my style. Piranha Terra from HW Megabyte. Interesting new recolor of Piranha Terra. I've actually always really liked this casting. I think they've done a great job at it to turn a piranha fish into a Hot Wheels, and they can do all different types of color variations. What they have, I'm not even sure which number color variation this one is, probably at least 5 or 6 right now, but it's just a cool looking casting, and I always am interested to see what they come out with next for colors. And you never know, I actually think this would be a very interesting super treasure hunt if they release like a special color variation for this one in a super for a fantasy casting. Vespa 90 SS Super Sprint 1966 from Factory Fresh. And this is a recolor of a new for 2024 casting right here. And I don't know about these Vespas. I mean, I feel like there is a place maybe in the Hot Wheels lineup for some of these motorbikes, but being a Vespa, it's kind of different. I mean, it's kind of really not my style of vehicle, so I really shouldn't have a strong opinion on it. I know a lot of people do like the Vespas, but you guys let me know. Do you think the Vespas should be in the Hot Wheels lineup, and do you like the recolor of this one? Batman and Robin Batmobile from the Batman series. Yes, another recolored Batmobile. We do get a lot of them, but this color on this Batmobile looks really, really nice. Super high gloss on there. And I really like how they blended that side on kind of a different color. Looks like we've got some like things that make it go fast. Almost look like stingrays on the back end. That's kind of an interesting color touch to it. And there's your front end. You can see the bats right there on the front with the chrome grille. I like this style of Batmobile. I think it looks pretty neat. I like those big fins on the back of it, and for a recolored Batmobile, I actually do really enjoy this one. 2016 Ford GT Race from the Then and Now series. This one in an absolutely gorgeous metallic green color. Just check that out. It's one of the nicest greens that I've ever seen on a Hot Wheels car before. Really nice blacked out wheels with the gold chrome lip on there. Big wang on the back. We got that nice big diffuser right there, and then that front painted headlights right there, which look really, really nice. The number 17 on this car, just an absolutely gorgeous looking Hot Wheels. King Kuda from HW Art Cars. Back return of the King Kuda, this time in red with the 2024 HW Art Cars written on there. The King with the King of Hearts in that nice red color. We got the Ace of Hearts on the top right there. Gold chrome engine bay right there, looking really, really nice, and the gold chrome on the front end as well. Then we have the Queen of Hearts on the opposite side of this car right here. Very, very nice chrome bumper on the rear end right there. Just an all-around nice looking Hot Wheels art car. Mazda RX-3 from HWJ Imports. This is the tuned out variation of the Mazda RX-3. This one is released in a nice glossy white color. We got the black fender flares on there and the tiny chrome gold wheels on there with some graphics on the side of it as well. Chrome bumper on the front end right there. Then we have, look at the big seats on the inside of there as well. Really, really cool looking. Big lip spoiler on the back end, all chrome right there, chrome underneath as well, and all around decent looking tuned car. Porsche 911 Rally from HW Turbo, new for 2024 casting. And this Porsche is meant for the off-road. It's got that like raised up suspension on there. The nice sponsorship on the side with the Porsche 953. We got all the Cool stuff on the top end right there, that lip spoiler right there. As you can see, we even got that like metal right here to protect the base of the car, but this one obviously is just an imitation. It's just a plastic base on this one, but very, very cool white wheels on there, the striping down the side. We got the nice headlights painted right there, all very, very nicely done. I've been looking forward to this car, happy to finally have it in hand. 68 Dodge Dart from Muscle Mania. And this Dodge Dart's got Ram Chargers written on the side of it, staggered wheel setup on there, big cowl induction hood with the Mopar written right there on the front. We got these nice striping on the roof as well as that like back end right there on that rear trunk lid. We got the chrome base on this one as well. Ram Chargers on both sides, the Dodge logo on the back end right there. Let me know what you guys think of this Dodge Dart. Nissan Skyline GTR BCN R33 from HWJ Imports. And this one in a nice matte gray finish with the blacked out wheels. It is the Godzilla. You can see the Godzilla on the side right there. Very, very nice. We got some graphics, Godzilla writing right there as well, the Hot Wheels logo. And look at that clean gray on this one, looking really, really good. They've done a great job of the paint. No stamping for that front end or anything. They left it for all the graphics on the side end right there. We do have the stamping on the rear end for those lights, that nice spoiler on the back, the exhaust down there, black base on this one. Just an overall great looking car. BMW M3 wagon from HW Modified. And this one in a nice red colorway with the gold mesh wheels on there. It has Motul and 90 on there. Goodyear logoing, the M graphics on the side of it. All different types of graphics on this one. Even on the front hood right there, you can see all the different types of graphics that they have. Nice clean on that roof right there. And then this side as well, they kind of mirror image the other side on the back end. No stamping or anything like that on the back, just kind of the plastic lights on there. The front end, same thing. But overall, I think it's a pretty nice looking car. Even the colored base looks really good. Solero GT from Quarter Mile Heroes. And this is the main line of what would be a super treasure hunt for the 2024 Hot Wheels N case, but this is just a mainline variation of it. And this car I've actually been a big fan of since it's come out. I think it's a really cool looking fantasy car, and I'm actually not too disappointed at all that they put a fantasy car in a super treasure hunt form, this one being the mainline. But very, very cool design on this one. I like that white base on here, the color on it, the nice seating position on here. It's just a really cool looking fantasy hypercar. Lamborghini Huracan Storado from HW Dirt. And this is a new for 2024 casting. This one in a nice gloss orange color, the proper color for a Lamborghini. We have the 63 right there on the front. We can see the nice stamping for those front lights right there. Front end, you can see how it's a little bit different from the standard Huracan. Then from that side end, you can see how they've got these extended flares on here painted on this car, Storado written on the side, and it's got like a slightly raised up suspension on here as well, like the real life car. But I wish they would have put maybe something like off-road tires on here. That would have been a little bit cool if they had some sort of off-road tires. We even have the tread on the bottom right here, which is like the skid plates for this one. On the back end, you can see the nice exhaust system right there kind of shooting out in the middle. Then we have that like glass on this right here as well. But not too bad of a car. I feel like they could have done a little bit better job on the detail of it, but other than that, it's a cool release casting from Hot Wheels. 87 Audi Quattro from HW Turbo. This is a gloss black recolor of this casting. You can see the Audi rings on the side, the chrome 10-spoke wheels on there. Just a very clean gloss black look to this one. No metallic or anything like that. Look at the detail on the front end of the Audi right there. Looking very, very nice. Quattro writing on the license plate right there. And on the rear end, nothing as far as stamping. It even looks like I do have a little bit of an error on here. You can see it. Just look at the back right there. I have no idea what this is. Like, oh, it's like the paint just completely chipped off when I took that. Look at that. So it's a very interesting paint error on this one for this car. So look at that, I just have that piece of paint in my hand. Now this is like a fully exposed part right here. So that's kind of an interesting error for this car, but nonetheless, there's your 87 Audi Quattro. Porsche 904 Carrera GTS from HW Exotics. And this is a red recolor of this car, the 86 written on the side of it, blacked out wheels on there with the chrome lip rolling very, very nicely. And you can see the lights on the front end, which kind of blend right into the body right there. That's an interesting design cue from Hot Wheels. We have that red base on the bottom of this one. It's kind of a cool looking design car. It's kind of a little bit different from the standard Porsches, but nonetheless, it's a nice new recolor of this one. Small block from Tunes, new for 2024 casting. And this is just quite the casting to look at. So you can see how it's got this like floating roof line right here, which is super interesting. They call this Tunes, but I don't really know why. It's not like a squish like stand, like, I mean, this is a Tunes car right here. So that's your standard Tunes car. This definitely does not look like a Tunes car. So I'm not really sure why they call it Tunes, but like this roofline, does it even come out or anything like that? I feel like I almost could break this off. It's a little bit flimsy right here. It's strong enough that it doesn't actually come off or anything like that. It's got this weird like fully plastic body on this one with a little bit of like tread on it. You can kind of see there in the lights, but just a very weird casting, just a weird design casting overall. We have the metal base on here, so I've left the metal for the bottom, but just, I don't know, not really my thing, to be honest. Hoverstorm from HW Dirt. And this is a new recolor of the Hoverstorm. You can see that kind of weird colored base on there. We have the blacked out wheels with all the dirt mixed in. So I guess it's supposed to be all dirt on the bottom right there. Metallic paint on this one. We have some HW graphics writing on there, the number 10, the Hot Wheels logo on the front. We do have these chrome for the engine and the exhaust pipes, and then the big fans on the back of this one. Not really the type of casting that I would regularly collect, but there is a place for these castings for everyone, so if you like it, there you go. 64 Chevy Chevelle SS from Muscle Mania. And this one, you can see it's kind of in an off yellow color. It's got some metallic to it as well. We got the striping down the center right there. As you can see, the chrome engine on there, the chrome bumper on this one, staggered wheel setup as well. And then we do have that nice pinstriping that goes down the side right there. You can see the chrome on the rear end of this one. And then we have the black base on this car. It's kind of cool looking car. I'm not really sure I collect these on the regular, but there you go. 67 Chevy C10 from HW Art Cars. For all you truck fans that like the Chevy C10 and the Chevy pickup trucks in general, this is a cool one to collect. Hot Wheels written on the side. Keep a driving with like, looks like the skull on there. 2024 HW Art Cars written on the side, the little Hot Wheels logo in black. Other than that, it's a matte finish paint job on this one. We got the chrome on the inside right there for the big wheel wells right there for those big slicks on the back of it. Obviously just plastic, not the real riders though. The back end doesn't open or anything like that. We do have the chrome on the front end, and you can see that striping down the center with the number 3 and some lightning strikes on there. Let me know what you guys think of this Chevy C10. Porsche 911 Carrera from Xpera Motors. And those who don't know what this car is and why there's no wheels or anything like that, it's because this is made to be a keychain. So this is a new colorway of this car. So gloss white on there, and then that nice light blue base. I really like the color on this one. We have the Hot Wheels, and then Hot Wheels written on the side of it where they normally have Porsche there, and this one does have Porsche on this side though. So that's kind of cool that it's different on both sides. Obviously it's in the silhouette of a Porsche 911, and that is where you're gonna insert your little key ring holder right there, so you can have this as a keychain. So really neat. I really like how they're doing this and coming out with some different things, so definitely a cool colorway. Heavy Hitcher from HW Metro. And this is a recolor of the Heavy Hitcher right here. Obviously a Hot Wheels tow truck, says TWU towing on the side with the 24 for 2024. And there's that hitch right there. So if we grab, let's see, if we grab our Huracan Storado right here, we can go ahead and tow it away with our heavy hitcher. So it just kind of hooks on right there and you can play around with it and tow it around. But I mean, it's kind of a cool casting. It's good to play with. It's not really one that I would regularly collect, but there is definitely a casting for everyone. 63 Studebaker Champ from HW Hot Trucks. And we've seen this casting many times before. It has come as a Super Treasure Hunt previously, and this one in a white colorway, which is a different one we haven't seen before. You can see that closed back end right there. We got a little lip spoiler on the back. Collectibles Hot Wheels written on the back end right there, which is kind of interesting. We got the wheels, which I guess are kind of like 90-ish wheels, like 80s and 90s wheels they have on this older truck, so not really sure they suit it. Different front end right there than your standard truck. I like the colorway of this one though, very, very nice. Black base on the bottom. What do you guys think of the Studebaker? Proper Chopper from HW Metro. And for you Hot Wheels collectors that like helicopters, here you go with your Proper Chopper, number 68 written on the side, the year of Hot Wheels. HW Sky News, it says on the side of it as well. There's your front end, and obviously really cool that you can spin the chopper around right there. The back piece right here doesn't spin at all, so not as much detail for that rear end. And you can see, there we go, we have the little, like, I don't know what you would call them, legs or stands that the helicopter lands on. But what do you guys think of this Proper Chopper? HW 450F from HW Extreme Sports. And this is a brand new recolor, kind of like a tealish, a blue color on the top right there. And then this kind of odd, like maroonish red color on the front. It's kind of like the colors don't really fit themselves properly. I like the tires on here because they're like a snow tire, or it's supposed to look like it's gone through the snow. So it's kind of cool that they've done a different one for a colorway like that, but I'm not sure about the matching colors for these ones right here. The casting itself, although it is kind of cool if you're a motorbike fan and you like these dirt bikes and stuff, just again, a nice casting which covers everyone as a Hot Wheels collector. Tesla Model S Plaid from Quarter Mile Heroes. And those of you that know, I have a Tesla in real life, so I really do like them, and the Plaid obviously being the king of Teslas as far as speed goes, if that's why you bought a Tesla, which is why I bought it. I love how fast they are. They're really fun to drive. And the Model S Plaid looking so fantastic in blue. Absolutely love blue. It's one of my favorite colors. These gray wheels look fantastic on it. They've done a great job at them. They're kind of like the mesh style wheels, but they look like the performance style. They're just perfect for the Model S Plaid. You can see the nice headlight right there, and then we've got that clear roof on the top right there, the nice big spoiler. It's a little bit lower than the previous variation of the Tesla Model S because this is your Plaid fast version, but so good. Really like this new for 2024 model. Mercedes-Benz Unimog 1300L from HW Dirt. And yes, we got another recolor of a Unimog. We've gotten many different color variations. You can see the dirted out tire combination on there, all the different types of graphics on the side, the number 830. I don't know what all of those are. IBAC, I know. I'm not really sure what the other ones are, but we have it on that side as well. And then we do have the two tires on the spare right there, and then all different types of gear and stuff for it. But I kind of like the colorway for it. It's actually not too bad, even though we've gotten so many different colors. This one does look pretty good in the dirt version. Toyota Supra from HW the 90s. And this one is in a metallic dark green, and my apologies, in my unboxing video I called this black because, I mean, if you kind of look at it in the off light, it does look kind of black, but when you get a closer look in my shine right there, you can see that metallic dark green on there. Nice tampo work for the front, the Toyota logo right up the front right there. Gold wheels on here, which I really like, the Hot Wheels logo and some other sort of logoing there on the side. We got the nice big wang on the back, and look at the chrome base on here with all my fingerprints all over. Looking really good. Nice new colorway of the Toyota Supra. 2020 Koenigsegg Jesko from HW Exotics. And we got another recolor of the Yesco. This is probably our fourth or fifth color variation of this one. It could be even more than that. But I mean, who's gonna deny a orange one like this? And any colorway of the Yesco, I think is fantastic. I'm really hoping this one becomes a super treasure hunt. I think this would be a great super treasure hunt. But in this orange with the matte kind of black striping right there, and it kind of continues right onto those back wing right there. I love that. Looks really, really good. Love the aggressive front diffuser, just the lights, just the design of the Yesco is so cool. It's crazy how they modernize Koenigsegg and how they've come up with a new Koenigsegg that looks even better than previously. I mean, the Agera RS is still a fantastic looking car, but I mean, the Yesco, look at the Yesco in orange. You guys let me know, which is your favorite colorway of your Koenigsegg Yesco from Hot Wheels. Aston Martin DB4 GT High Speed Edition from Muscle Mania. And this is a new for 2024 casting, and an interesting one at that, to be a high-speed Aston Martin. Check out that classic Aston Martin grille at the front right there. We've got the striping down the center, and this one definitely looks like a Zamac. This is definitely a Zamac style body, but it has got like a nice clear gloss coat over top of it. So it's an interesting colorway for this right here. Brand new casting. And this one, I also say it looks like a super treasure hunt in the packaging because of that wheel tire combination. They look different. It looks like it's premium. So just an interesting way to design this car and then have these wheels on here. Check it out from the bottom. Just a really interesting design, but I think it looks pretty cool, and I'm kind of wondering what they're going to do as far as color variations for this one. We always see different color variations, so I assume we're going to see something of this one soon, but what are they going to do with this one to make it look cool? And I mean, I just have to say, I feel like this one would be a super treasure hunt in the future. I feel like it just would make a good super treasure hunt, even though it wouldn't be really my pick for a super treasure hunt, but I feel like they've set this one up to be one. So we'll have to see in the future. Silverado EV RST from HW Green Speed. And this is our second or third recolor of the Silverado EV. This one in a nice stealth kind of blacked out variation, except we got those big chrome bling wheels on there. So that kind of ruins the blackoutness of it, but still looks pretty good. I mean, darkened windows and all of that. We have that kind of EV light bar on the front end with the Chevrolet logo, the RST on there. And there you can see it from the side, the big chrome on that one just shining away, and you can see those dark windows just there on the side. Nothing much on the back, just besides some light stamping right there. But overall, I mean, it's not too bad. I kind of like this casting. I think it's like the new Avalanche, the Chevrolet Avalanche, just like the EV version of that. So it's kind of a cool truck. It's nice to see in a Hot Wheels colorway like this. 59 Chevy Impala from HW Celebration Racers Treasure Hunt. And there we have it. Check it out from the side. Can you guys spot the Treasure Hunt logo? I mean, in my unboxing video, I somehow missed it, but it is front and center right there on the side, mixed in with those skulls. So pretty cool looking treasure hunt how they've done that. From the top end right there, we can see all the different types of graphics. I mean, to me, this is like an art car. This is just got so many graphics on there, but it's a celebration racer. And on that side, you can see the treasure hunt logo right there as well. Interesting wheels on there. This is a good like Halloween style car. I mean, it's almost Halloween, so why not come out with a cool color like this one? You can see the Impala, the big fins on the back of this one. We got the chrome base with the white tires on there, but a pretty cool treasure hunt. I'm adding this to my 2024 treasure hunt collection. Gordon Murray Automotive T50S from HW Exotics. And this is a car that I've been really looking forward to being released from Hot Wheels this year. This is a new for 2024 model, and this is like the modern variation of the McLaren F1. Obviously, Gordon Murray, the creator of the McLaren F1, the brains behind it, and went and created his own company and came out with the T50S. And what a cool looking car. Just a really cool Cosworth engine on in here that revs up really, really high. It's got that fan on the back to help keep the car planted. Big wing on there. I love this center right here. That looks kind of like the Yesco right here, kind of cool, but just such a cool looking design. I would love to see this one as a supercharger hunt, maybe for 2025. We'll have to see, but what do you guys think of this new model? Great looking colorway on this one to be released. I'm excited to see what they do with this in the future. This is going to hit premium, I'm sure, eventually as well, but just a really cool new for 2024 casting. 94 Toyota Supra from Tuned. And this one is part of the Fast and Furious series of cars, obviously the Supra from it right here. And you can see tuned out cars, just such a cool looking car. I like the tuned cars. I think they've gotten even better. When they kind of started off, they weren't the best, but these new tuned cars, I think look super cool. They're super fun to collect. The color on this one, I am not much of a fan of. It's kind of a burnt orange. I'm not really a big burnt orange fan color. Got some cool graphics on the side of it though. Nice logoing on the front end right there. The chrome interior on this one. There's your exhaust on the back, big wing on the back right there, orange on the base as well, but kind of an interesting color variation of this Toyota Supra into tuned. 70 Dodge Charger, also from Tuned and Fast and Furious. Why not open them back to back? Let's do it. And this one also a new colorway, not your traditional black from this Charger, but this is an interesting silver. It's almost a light gray, but it's got some metallic in it. Very high gloss as well. I can see it shine in my light. Chrome interior, chrome with that big engine on the front right there. You can see the blacked out wheels with the chrome lip. We still got this striping around there, classic for these 70s Chargers, but just an interesting design on the Tunes car. Actually, let's grab our Supra. We can see these ones side by side, but there it is, our Supra versus Charger Fast and Furious editions. What do you guys think of these new tuned out cars? 2017 Ford GT from HW Exotics. New colorway of the Ford GT, this one in white with the red striping, the dual striping that goes down the center with the Hot Wheels logo to kind of break it up a little bit. Nice lights on the front end for detail. And I've always liked this casting. I do really like the Ford GT. I think it's a really cool designs car. It's too bad we couldn't get a little bit more detail in the back, like have the actual gap for those flying buttresses right there. That would be kind of cool. But I mean, it is just a $1 Hot Wheel car, so can't expect too much, but still it looks great. They've done a great design on this one. Nice blacked out wheels for this colorway for it. What do you guys think of the white 2017 Ford GT? 93 Mazda RX-7 from HWJ Imports. And I love the color on this one. Love the white wheels. And you guys, I had asked you in a previous video what this project something right here means, and you guys told me and I totally forgot. So if you guys know what it means, comment down below again what exactly it means. But the color of this one, just check it out. Check out that metallic in there, the shine on this one. Great detail on the back for the rear lights. The wheels, I just think white wheels just look so good. I mean, I don't know if I could ever own a car in real life with white wheels because I just want to wash them all the time, but I think it looks really cool. You can see it's got the classic pop-up headlights of the late 80s, early 90s cars that had that, and you can see just how nice of a design the RX-7 is. I love the RX-7. I think it's underrated of a car. I feel like all the Skylines and Supras get all the love, but the RX-7 is just such a cool looking car. What do you guys think of this colorway? Rink Racer from HW Ride-Ons. There's our Rink Racer, now in a nice green color. This is a really good looking green. I actually really like this one right here. And I forgot if this comes off. It does. There we go. So I didn't even actually try this on my previous one, but the original release of this. But this piece comes off, and I don't know what you would do with that. You'd store something in it. You can maybe pour some drink in there and you can have a drink from it or something. But kind of interesting that it comes off. I guess it's supposed to collect ice, or I guess you use it as a push cart. I don't really know, but we'll throw that back on there. But it's cool. At least we got some sort of moving piece on there, and it somehow snaps in if I can get it. There we go. We got it. But look at that. Look at that rear diffuser on this, and I'm sure you could attach a Lego guy to the handle right here and you can have him push this car around. Wheels look good on here, perfectly suit to clean the ice. What do you guys think of this fantasy casting? Honda S800 Racing from HW Race Day. And before the S2000, we had the S800. This one in a nice yellow, little two-seater sports car. Kind of almost reminds me of like a Datsun from back in the day. But I mean, it's classic of these older style two-seater sports cars to kind of have that look to it. I believe this is supposed to be like a removable hardtop in real life. I think it is actually a convertible. This is a new casting for 2024 as well. No stamping on the rear. Kind of plain on there. From the side, the number 25. Different types of graphics on there. Nothing on the front as far as stamping goes. They've left it for that hood and the stripe that goes down the center. Not really my favorite of new castings, but if you like these old Hondas, there's one for you. McLaren P1 from Quarter Mile Heroes. P1 new color. This is probably our like 20th recolor of the McLaren P1, but am I complaining? Absolutely not. I love the McLaren P1. I love this casting. I love how they have it in race mode with a spoiler up. The one thing I don't love is this color. I'm not a big fan of the darker red colors. I like the brighter red colors. You guys know that, but you know what? It still looks good. It's a P1. I mean, can any color look bad on a P1? I don't think that's possible. The P1 is just such a cool car that I think any color you put on it, it's gonna look good. It's just one of the most well-designed cars of all time. Blacked out wheels look really good, kind of a mesh blacked out wheel on there. There's your rear end on it. Underneath it's just black, but McLaren P1, not the best color, but still it's a P1, so it's one of the best cars ever. Birthday burner from HW Celebration Racers. Quite the interesting fantasy casting. It's basically a piece of birthday cake right there with some wheels and tires on there. Pink. This one is for you pink lovers right here. We got the pink wheel tire combination, white wheels, and pink all around. And then we got some like greenish tan, kind of tealish color on the bottom right there. And I don't really know what like this little thing is here. I don't know what this is. It's just kind of a weird car, but you know what? I bet you there's a lot of people that really like this car, so I understand why they did it. You can even see like the fork right there at the front. That's kind of cool. So it's just interesting to see these kind of food style cars that they come out with. What do you guys think of the birthday burner in the new pink mustache from Xpera Motors? This is a recolor of a new for 2024 casting. I really like this car because it does something super unique. It is a comb for your mustache. There. Oh, did I open it wrong? Oh, come on. Is it stuck? Oh, did I break it? No, I did not break it. For some reason, it was really like super strong in there. It just kind of snaps right onto the front right there, but it does come up. Maybe it was just a little bit stiff at first, but there it is. There's your comb for your mustache right there. There it is. I mean, it doesn't really go super deep. It's just a small little comb. It's a short one right there, but it's kind of interesting how they've integrated this into Hot Wheels. They call it the Mo-stache right there, but what a unique design car. So it snaps right in. Maybe I was just a little bit too hard on there, but there we go. Okay, now it's snapping in and out perfectly fine. Mo-stache, new colorway, interesting casting. What do you guys think of it? Dodge Viper SRT10 ACR from HW Exotics. And if you know me, I love Dodge Vipers. I think they're really cool looking cars. I was always a big fan since they first came out. This is a nice ACR variation in a silver metallic color. We got the 93 right there. First year of the Viper, interesting. Or was it 92? Maybe it was 92. 92, 93, somewhere around there for the first model year of the Viper. There we got the nice stamping of those lights. Good detail on the front. Front lip on there is nice and big. Blacked out wheels look good. The Hot Wheels logo, SRT, Mopar logo, 93 right there. Lots of stuff going on. We got the side kind of exit exhaust ACR down there, tinted windows. This is a good colorway. I really do like it. Nothing much as far as stamping on the back. They've saved it all for that side and for the top right there. Nice striping right there. Nice American style striping that goes through right there. Big wing on the back of this one. Dodge Viper, gotta love it. Nice new colorway of this one. Speed Bump from HW Art Cars. I feel like a lot of people don't understand this car and don't understand the purpose on why Hot Wheels did it, but this is a great car to play with your monster trucks with. It's meant to look like it's squished and smashed, and you can see, look at all the purposely done dents and all that. I mean, let's be honest, we could probably take a hammer to a regular Hot Wheels car and bang it out to kind of look like this, but it wouldn't have as pretty of a paint job on here, and then it would have all types of scratches. So why not have one from the factory, from Hot Wheels directly, that looks all smashed up and is a great thing to play with your monster trucks and still in nice, perfect condition right there. It's a cool one. I like the speed bump. I understand it. I think it's kind of cool, and it's interesting that they come out with it. I feel like they should include this with every one of the Hot Wheels monster trucks that they sell. Total Disposal from HW Metro. New colorway of the Total Disposal. This one says Hot Wheels Recycling Stay Green on the back of it right there. You can see all that logoing right there. And then we have the little trash area for it right there. It doesn't move or anything. Nothing comes off or moves. I tried it on one of the original runs right there, but kind of looks like almost like a tuned out garbage truck right there. These wheel tires look really good on it. Colorway is interesting. Definitely really bright and out there, but it's an interesting looking car, and it's a cool casting for a fantasy casting. Tire Shredder from HW Dirt. Tire shredder and a new color variation. This one is kind of in a satin matte black finish to it. Almost looks like the German colors on the side. We've got the mudded out tires because it's from that series right there where we get those different tire look on there. Motorbikes are really not my thing. I only like really the sport bikes and stuff like that, so these type of things don't really excite me, but a lot of people who are motorbike fans, they release them for you, so this one's for you, not for me. 69 Mercury Cougar Eliminator from Muscle Mania. Cougar Eliminator right here. Look at the metallic color on this one. Nice wheels, pretty clean looking with the striping that goes down. I feel like it perfectly matches it. You can see that nice striping that goes down that front hood and on the roof. Doesn't continue on the back. We've got the chrome rear bumpers on here with the spoiler on there. Chrome base all underneath. Cougar Eliminator, this casting's been around for a while. We've seen many different recolors of it. What do you guys think of this new recolor of the Cougar Eliminator? HW Roll Cage from HW Dirt. And when I unboxed this casting from the 2024 PKs, I thought this was a new casting because I have not seen this one before. And somebody pointed out this is from like the early 2000s that they had this casting originally. So it's not new, but it's definitely a new color to it. And what do I think of it? I'm not a huge fan of it. Not really my style of casting. Just kind of a weird looking fantasy casting. Just cage. Although I do appreciate that gold chrome engine on there. That looks really cool. Mudded out wheel tire combination. The gold chrome wheels to go on this one. But, I mean, this is one that you just play around with. Nothing too special. Batman Arkham Knight Batmobile from the Batman series. And yes, I pronounce this wrong all the time. Batman Arkham, is that how you say it? I can never pronounce it properly, but hey, it is what it is. Here's the casting itself. Nice new colorway of this one. We've seen this one in many different recolors. We see a lot of Batmobiles. Last year, we saw just many different recolors of Batman. It's almost like we had a new Batmobile recolor in every case that we opened up. I mean, that could be the case, no pun intended, but there we have this new recolor of it. Not my favorite Batmobile. I like the early 90s Batmobile, the one with the big wings and the jetpack on the back right there. So this one doesn't really do it for me, but you guys let me know what you think of the new recolor of this new Batmobile. Custom 72 Chevy Love from HW Hot Trucks. A nice little truck right here. Kind of got like Miami vibe colors on the side of it right there. I like that. Got the little popped up sunroof on the top, and then we got the chrome bed on there, the chrome engine, the chrome interior on there, but not chrome on the base. It's just black on the base. So kind of interesting. We got the different gold wheels on there. It's lots of colors and stuff going on. You can see it's got the Chevrolet kind of etched in onto the back right there. Interesting color variation of this one. Not really my favorite truck, but I really like the color of this. I'd like to see this style of color on some other trucks or some other cars in that case. I think that would look pretty neat. Interesting design on the Chevy Love. Ford Mustang Dark Horse from the Then and Now series, new for 2024 casting. And this one in a very, very interesting matte finish paint job on here, blacked out wheels. And this is that brand new Dark Horse casting right here. Look at that aggressive front end, very, very nice. We even got that kind of satin matte finish black on there as well. From the side, looking great. There's your gas cap. There's that spoiler built in right there. From the rear end, you can see the details for the lights and the license plate right there. And on the bottom there, we set Mustang Dark Horse, and we'll go ahead and throw that one right here in our first parking position. Lamborghini LP620-2 Super Trofeo from HW Exotics. And if you know, this is the mainline variation of what would be a Super Treasure Hunt for 2024. I got the Super Treasure Hunt in my previous case, and in the next case where all these ones came from, I got the mainline variation, which is this one right here. And I think it looks fantastic in that color. It's kind of like a orangish reddish color right there. Lamborghini written on the side. We got the nice looking blacked out wheels, the different wheels on the front end right there. We've seen this casting before. It is quite a nice one. Not a lot of detail on that rear end right there, that diffuser though. And there is your bottom for it, but it's a Lamborghini. Gotta love it. Bumblebee from HW Screen Time. And this is a recolor, and we saw the yellow one previously. This one is in a very nice metallic gold color, looking very, very good. You can see the Transformers logo right there on the front end. Blacked out wheels with the gold lip as well. I really, really like the color of this one. The yellow one was really nice too, but the metallic gold, it's just classic. I love how they're releasing this color a lot more on Hot Wheels main lines, and we'll park that one up right beside the Lamborghini. Porsche 928S Safari from HW Drift Treasure Hunt. And yes, this is the treasure hunt for our 2024 Hot Wheels Q case. You can see the treasure hunt logo just right there on the rear fender. It says Michelin, Porsche 8 on there. We got those nice front lights on it as well. Nice striping, Michelin logoing on the front end as well. We got some stuff carrying on the top as well as that rear tire in there, and that's really cool. It's open right here as well, no window covering or anything like that. From this side, we do have that treasure hunt logo right here on this side as well. Pretty clean on the rear end. There is the bottom, and you can see those tires on there are the mudded out tires for this one. Pretty neat. I do like it for a treasure hunt. That's one of my favorites from this year. High Roller 2 from HW Rolling Metal. And this is a new for 2024 casting as well. Really high rollerish. Check out all the bling chrome on the top. This is a very bling paint job. The big blinged out gold wheels on this one as well. Looks like a kind of like a Rolls Royce concept of some sort, like a expensive long Rolls Royce or maybe a Cadillac of some sort, but it is a fantasy casting. And this one is also going to be a super treasure hunt for next year for 2025. So stay tuned for that. I'll have that one in hand very soon, but just a really, really nice looking casting. And this is going to be neat to see as a super treasure hunt. 98 Subaru Impreza 22B STI version from HW the 90s. And this one is white. It's a recolor. Of course, we've seen this one before. We actually saw this one, I believe, as a treasure hunt or a special release as a Best Buy exclusive. So we've seen a couple different versions of this one. It's a nice looking casting. This one says 368 Gravel Crew on the side. We've got the gray 10 spokes on there. Big wing on the back. Not a lot of deco on the rear. They've left it for that side, which I think looks pretty good. Clean on the top as well. And it's kind of a satin matte finish paint job. It's not like a gloss white. It's got that satin feel to it, the matte finish feel to it. That's gray on the base, but overall it's a pretty neat looking recolor. We'll park that one right beside the High Roller 2. Tesla Cybertruck from HW Rolling Metal. And people are going crazy over the Tesla Cybertruck as of late from a Hot Wheels casting standpoint. For some reason, all of them have shot up in value. And this one is a new release, and obviously people trying to get their hands on this one as well, but it's very similar to the previous release ones. I personally don't really see a huge difference. Possibly it's just different wheels on there, but it's got that like kind of Zamac finish to it, the nice metal look. I actually think it looks pretty cool. They've done a great job at this one, and obviously with the popularity of Cybertruck in real life. People definitely going crazy for this. It's kind of love it or hate it. You either love the Cybertruck or you just absolutely think it's ugly and you despise it. I kind of like it. I actually don't mind it. I'm almost in between, but it's a pretty neat looking casting and it's a good re-release, and we'll park it right next to the Dark Horse, kind of sitting a little bit sideways right there. VW T3 Custom from HW Vans, new for 2024 casting. And this one I've been waiting to open up because it's got an interesting, unique feature to it. You can see it right there. You can see it's got those kind of flying ducks right there. And you can see it's not connected right here as well. Like, look at, I can run my nail right through there. So it's just a totally unique casting how they have that kind of hovering duck piece right at the end right there. You can see the airflow kind of go right through. Interesting colorway on this one. The wheels as well, kind of futuristic for this thing right there. VW from the front, and you can see an interesting design from the top, like fin and intakes that kind of flow the air right down and through. It's just a really, really unique casting. It's not like it's almost like a Volkswagen fantasy casting. It's not like a real life car, but it is an official Volkswagen. So it's just a very, very unique to see in a Hot Wheels, and I really do appreciate the detail and the work and the craftsmanship that went into making this casting. So we'll park that one just right up in the front right there. 95 Mazda RX-7 from HWJ Imports. And we saw this one recent released in a white with the same livery and graphics on the side. I really like the white wheels on here. The white 10 spokes look really good, especially with that color. It's nice metallic right there. And this says Project something. You guys had mentioned in the comments previously what exactly it means. I can't remember what you said, but it definitely means something. I don't think it's a U. I called it a U, but it's not something. So it's definitely a cool looking car. I've always really liked these RX-7s, and I feel like they don't get as much love as like the Supras or like any of these Skylines and all that, but I think these RX-7s with the rotary engine are just such a cool car, and it's just a really, really nice design. We'll park it right up next to the VW right there. Bugatti Bolide from HW Exotics. And this is our third color variation of the Bugatti Bolide, and I had originally thought that this was going to be a Target Red edition release, but it was just part of the Mainlines, so it's an interesting one. It's kind of an off red color, like I'm not really sure what to say. It's not like a pure, like a nice red. It's kind of like a weird kind of off red color. I really like how they painted that rear right there, and we can see those nice wheels that kind of look somewhat exotic for the Bugatti Bolide. Look at that aggressive rear end. I think it's one of the coolest designed exotic cars. Obviously, it's not a street legal car in real life, but the design is just out of this world. It's just absolutely crazy, and I love that about the Bugatti Bolide. And I'm happy to have this one as our third recolor. We had the blue, the yellow, now the red variation with the black, of course, and we'll put that one right there. 83 Chevy Silverado from Then and Now. And people are going crazy over this one. This is just the mainline variation, and the mainlines I've seen just selling for out of control prices, but the super treasure hunt, especially of this one, has been selling like crazy high prices. But I do agree that it is a really cool looking truck, a really cool looking color variation. Look at that metallic blue. Look at the lines on this, just how lowered it is with the chrome on there, the chrome on that front. It's a little bit heavier of a casting as well. I think it's like full metal as well. So, or no, maybe this is plastic, I can't remember, but it just looks good. It feels good. It's a great looking one for a super treasure hunt. You're definitely going to want to collect this one if you're into trucks. We'll park that right beside that Bugatti. 96 Porsche Carrera from HW the 90s. And this is a Magnus Walker edition. Check out those mesh colored wheels, all the graphics. This is definitely a 90s look on the side of it. Totally a 90s car. Kind of looks like the Saved by the Bell, like the opening scene of Saved by the Bell, that old show. It's all those colors that come across. That kind of looks like all the colors on this car. I'm probably aging myself by saying that. You probably haven't even watched that, but it definitely looks really cool. I love these Porsches. I love this generation as well, the 993s. They're just so nice looking. This one in the white recolor, black base on this one. We'll park that one right up beside that Silverado. Dodge van from HW Vans. And this is a super cool colorway variation of it. I really like this kind of like checkered flag on the back right there. We have HW Racing written on the side, mesh wheels on there. And then the super interesting thing about this casting is the interior. You can see there's a go-kart parked in the back. You can see all that chrome right there, but it's a chrome go-kart right there. So super nice that they have that. And we've seen this casting before, but just every time I see it, I just appreciate the detail that's gone into this one. The paint on this one for the black, it's kind of like a matte satin finish black paint job on there. It's not glossy, but just the graphics on the side, I feel like it suits this van very, very nicely. Everything about this one is just cool. It's just a really cool casting. I think we actually have a super treasure hunt variation of this van as well, if I'm not mistaken, that has that go-kart in the back, but we'll park that one right up beside that Porsche right there. McLaren F1 from HW the 90s. And if you know, you know, I love the McLaren F1. It's my favorite car of all time. So of course, every new color variation that comes out, I am super excited about. And this one in a nice red color. It's got those mesh wheels on there. I'm not sure if I really love the mesh wheels. Would have liked to see something different. And then the back, we got great detail, the F1 logo right there. This is the road car variation, so no spoiler or anything like that, but it just looks fantastic. It's such a cool casting. I've always really liked all the releases of the McLaren F1s, and more colors, the better. I'd love to have a collection of these like the McLaren P1, which we have like over 20 different color variations of the P1. So why not get just as many for the F1 for the greatest car of all time? 91 Mazda MX-5 Miata from HWJ Imports. And this one we have in a new color variation. We've seen this casting many different times. We've got this nice yellow blacked out wheels with the chrome lip, and then the MX-5 it says on the side with all different types of graphics on there. Details on the rear end are pretty nice. We got that roll bar on this one as well, and the front end of it is looking clean. It's got those pop-up headlights in real life, but overall I think it's a pretty good looking recolor, and it's getting parked right beside the McLaren F1. Two 90s cars right there that are complete opposites, a couple other 90s cars as well. Shelby Cobra Daytona Coupe from HW Race Day. And we've seen many different recolors of this one, and this one is a Gulf livery variation. So a really nice metallic blue with the orange striping, the Gulf logo right there on the front end as well, with that stripe down the middle. And just it's a really cool car in real life. I really do like it. We've seen many recolors of this one in Hot Wheels, and I mean, if you like this car, you appreciate all the different recolors of it. But a Gulf livery car, I really do like. I love collecting all the Gulf livery vehicles. And this one, we're gonna have to find a spot. Maybe we'll start parking some behind right here. 90 Acura NSX from HW the 90s. And this is another car we've seen many different recolors of, but the NSX is just such a cool car. This one with the pure white and the blacked out wheels on there. Plus we've got that little black on the spoiler as well. And you can see that kind of open cockpit right there. So we have like the open window and all that. So it's really nice. Pop-up headlights for this one in real life as well. So they're kind of blended in there. Super clean overall. We can see that rear diffuser on there. The kind of light bar-ish style in the back before LEDs were a thing on cars, but still looks really cool. And I love seeing all the recolors of this casting. We've gotten many of them. And actually we do have maybe a little bit of a spot. Let's park it right there, just angled out. Alfa Romeo GT-V6 3.0 from Factory Fresh. And this one's a fairly new casting, but we are getting lots of recolors of this. I really like the metallic color on this one. It really shows the lines of the car very nicely. Even that pinstriping on the side suits it. This car though, it's just not my favorite car in real life. Not one of my favorites, not one that I really follow. These are kind of these older Alphas, which is really not my thing. I prefer the newer Alphas, but they do have a place in history, and seeing all the different recolors of them for people that collect the Alphas, I do understand why they're coming out. So we'll go ahead and throw that one right in front of the Daytona Cobra right back there. Retroactive from Quarter Mile Heroes. And being from Quarter Mile Heroes, I'm assuming this one is for drag racing, and it's got some sort of giant thing in the back, which I think it's supposed to be a battery. So if we look at like I don't know if this comes out or not. Does this come out? No, it does not come out. Nothing comes out from the top, but it kind of moves around a little bit. You can see the negative and the positive, so it's like it's supposed to be, I don't know. Someone else in the comments can explain exactly what this casting's supposed to be. You can even see the plug in the back. Look at that. Plug in the back of this casting. Kind of an interesting one. I don't know what else to say about that one though. 67 Lotus Type 49 from HW Race Day. And this one's a fairly new casting that we've seen in this one is a new recolor and really, really nice detail for this. It's like a very old F1 racing car, and you can see the dude sitting on the inside of there, the number 4 on here. Nice kind of like a greenish color on this one right here. And these wheels, I feel like they suit the car very nicely. Exposed chrome engine with the chrome on the rear end of this one. Overall, it's a nice looking Lotus race car, and we'll throw that one right back there. Track Wagon from HW Track Champs. And this is a recolor of a new casting, and you can see all the graphics on the side, some sort of weird logoing on the rear. I don't know what any of the logoing and stuff means on this one. This one looks kind of like a demolition derby car almost. You can see all the different graphics, almost like the crash test dummy stuff on this side right there. More graphics on the rear, big spoiler on there. Got some weird graphics all around. Just a really odd looking fantasy casting. I don't really know what the meaning of it is supposed to be, but hey, it's a Track Champs car, so it's probably good on the track, and we'll go ahead, park that right up in front of the Lotus right there.